What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of THH Sports. I am here. We are going to be talking about the NFC South, and joining me is my co-host of all time, Romeo. I'm watching already.
Jesus.
Romeo Anthony Cologne. How are you doing tonight, sir?
What is up? What is up? How'd you like that new intro, StatKing?
I really liked it. I got to say, it seemed like there were a lot of Bengals clips. I'm not 100% sure why. It feels, 31 teams in the other teams in the NFL, but a lot of representation for the Bengals. Not surprised, though.
They do a lot of dancing. I needed some dancing.
And joining us is our good brothers, Kevin and Ryan. Kevin, what is going on? What's up? I'm all over the place tonight.
Yeah, no, it's going. Yeah, got a rough year ahead of us.
And Ryan, Ryan, how are you doing today?
He's struggling.
Just like the Saints may or may not be struggling, but that is what we are going to be talking about tonight as we preview and break down the NFC South. So we're going to get right into it because we've got a lot to talk about, and we're going to start with our breakdown of the NFC South. And we have fans of multiple teams from the division here with us, but let's start with Romeo, myself, and Top Guy JJ, who will be joining us in a few moments. We'll start with our predictions for the season, and then we'll have these two fine gentlemen here to tell us why we're wrong and why their team is going to be the one that wins the division. So let's start off with the predictions. So I've got the Bucs winning the division pretty handily. Romeo still has them winning, but with a little bit more of a challenge. And Top Guy has the Bucs taking it fairly easily as well. The one thing that's in common is that we have the Falcons.
Wow.
All at the bottom with the same win-loss, 4-13. Man.
Let me mention something quickly. I was going to have a Falcons fan join us, but I haven't heard from him. So I don't know if he was a little embarrassed to talk Falcons this year or what, but yeah.
It can be tough, but before we jump into that, I know, Romeo, that we had a fan from last week who wasn't able to join us to talk about the Colts. So I'm gonna let this win-loss record sit and stew a little bit in the minds of our guests while we hear from that individual. Romeo, if you could play the clip.
Yes, this is a good buddy of mine. He couldn't make it last week. He's a Colts fan, and his name is Mason. Here are his thoughts on the Indianapolis Colts this year.
Hey guys, my name is Mason. We're going to talk about the Colts right now, and I'm just very excited about this season. I'm ready for some football. As you know, the Colts have had some decent years recently, not great, and primarily the reason why is didn't have a quarterback. I mean, we just didn't. But I'm very excited about having Matt Ryan. I think he's still going to be good. I think he's going to do better with the Colts. I think that the Falcons just misused him, to be honest. I don't think there was good coaching there. We've got a great offensive line now, which Andrew Luck wished that he would have had when he was there. Got some pretty good receivers, too. I mean, they've been young, but I think this year, they're all going to have a good season. I think Michael Pittman's going to have a breakout year. I know a lot of people are saying that Mo Alley-Cox is going to have a bad season, but I disagree. I think he's going to have a pretty good season at tight end. As you know, we've got one of the best running backs, Jonathan Taylor. I think he's still going to tear it up this year. Naeem Hines, very good receiving back. I mean, he does all that the Colts need him to do. I think this season, we're going to start off a little rough. I mean, we might lose. We're going to drop some games, but I think we'll turn it on. I think that when they gel together, I think this is the Colts year, and I'm predicting that the Colts will go 12-5, and we'll win the AFC South. I think we'll have a pretty good playoff appearance. I think we'll go pretty deep. I'm not saying we're going to win it all, but anything's possible. Thank you, guys.
All right, and joining us now is top guy JJ. JJ, how are you doing tonight?
Right on time to hear this.
Yeah.
I was waiting until I saw that nonsense. Yo, what is it with this Colts winning 12 games, bro? Like, they're like the new kings of the AFC.
I can see it.
Matt Ryan still has Matty Ice in his veins. You never know. But guys,
What's up, guys? Kevin and who that? What up?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
let's say hello to everybody in the chat. ALW, what's going on? We have
Ugly
Armand Mosin. Armand Mosin saying, "What's up, everybody?" We have a Bucks fan in the house saying the Bucks just lost their best center out for a year. Don't worry, sir. We are going to get to that.
Yo,
we have Marcus Ryan.
Like, just left the gym. I'm sorry.
I did. Actually, I did.
Yeah.
We have Marcus Ryan saying the Bucks signed an injury-prone wide receiver whose best days are behind him. My Saints about to take back this division. You never know. Maybe Julio Jones is in the gym just like Ryan is.
Got that choking.
What a funny start to the show.
So let's put back up the three of our win-loss projections, and we'll see what all the fuss is about. So, top guy, you'll notice you and I are fairly aligned in our predictions. Romeo has the Bucks winning, but losing a little bit more. And like I was noting before, it's funny, all of us have the Falcons at the bottom and with the same win-loss projections. So let's start with Kevin. Kevin, let us know your team and how are you feeling about them this year?
I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. It's been a rough couple of years, but I don't even think we'll win those 6 games you guys are projecting. I think we're going to win 5. It's been that way the past 3 years actually. I think we've been 5-11 and 5-12 last year actually. But it's rough, man.
I got a stat for you. I got a stat for you, as a matter of fact. The Panthers have won 5 games in 3 straight seasons.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, and then now we got Baker Mayfield. I don't think it's the answer.
You're being a little unfair, man. The Panthers started off really well, and then injuries just crapped on them for the entire year.
That's what I was thinking was Christian McCaffrey, man. He got paid. He could just sit it out now.
I was about to say, how many games do you think Christian McCaffrey makes it through this year?
Man, I don't even think he'll make it out of preseason, but I could say we probably get 5 games out of him.
That's crazy because he's been durable as hell for the beginning of his career and through college, and now all of a sudden,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like once he got that paycheck, I'm not saying like I know the NFL is tough and it wears on these guys, but man, yeah, it's been rough on him.
I see salty Buccaneer over here.
What's up, salty Buccaneer?
Why? These dudes just won the chip 2 years ago.
Yeah, let's talk about it, sir. How are you feeling about the Bucks this year?
I'm depression drinking right now, man. To be honest,
why? Because your center just got lost for the season.
Oh, it's not just any center, bro. It's like arguably
deal.
the second best center in the league.
It was huge. I think it's going to be huge.
He's a tone setter, bro. He's a tone setter, man. He sets the whole offense, bro. Like anybody tries to fuck with our guys, Ryan Jensen's right there.
That's a fact.
He's the enforcer, and I don't know, you can't replicate that. Hopefully they bring J.C. Treader down and he challenges that kid Robert Hainsey we drafted from Notre Dame. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get drunk. Tom's gonna figure it out.
Well, I mean, look, you lose that center, but you got Julio Jones. So
Can we talk about one thing real quick?
I understand
Can
what
we
you're
talk-
feeling because it's
Can
kind
we
of
talk
like
about
when-
one stupid thing real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah,
Go for
bro.
it.
Yeah,
Why
go.
are we the only fucking team not getting a throwback or an alternate, bro? Like, bring the creamsicles back. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, them creamsicles was fire too. People sitting.
I agree.
I just want to see 12 wear them. Like, honestly, like, we had a whole lot of losing in those uniforms. I just want some prestige in those uniforms.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they're not bringing it back. He's like, Tom Brady was like, I'm not wearing that shit.
Take away from me.
I mean, he tweeted about it. He tweeted about it. He was like, "Yo, bring him back." Logan
Okay,
Ryan's like,
okay.
"Bring him back." Like, everybody wants him back except the Glazers that own the team. But whatever.
Hey man,
Anyways.
sometimes owners want to pass up on money. You know, sometimes, not that often, but sometimes.
It's free cash. Too.
Exactly,
It's free cash.
And Ryan, I think we know, just like we know Salty Buccaneers team, I think we know your team is. The Saints have been in a interesting level way of upheaval. You know, you lose Sean Payton, you lose Drew Brees. There's a lot of changes going on with the team. You are getting Michael Thomas back. Will he be Michael Thomas of old? How are you feeling about the Saints this season?
All right. Well, I'm a Saints fan, but like I said, I try to be a realist and not be biased. But I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Saints. I think that their depth on the roster, as far as especially the defense, is kind of going unnoticed. I think that we do have a few questions. We have first-year coach Dennis Allen taking over. We have Jameis Winston at quarterback, which I'm not sold, but I'm also not one of these people who thinks he's going to be terrible. I think he needs to, if he can take care of the ball, I think that our defense is going to keep us in a lot of winnable games. I think
Which Winston did do, to his credit, before he got hurt. He did take care of the ball.
It was a small sample size, and I'm the biggest Jameis guy.
7 games.
I'm the biggest Jameis guy.
I mean,
like, come on. I love
Jameis. Is there any update in Kamara?
I think that's going to obviously play a huge factor.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards a 4-game suspension. I'm trying to be hopeful.
Yeah, right. That's real hopeful.
I think after an appeal, I think it'll probably be like 6 games. He'll appeal it.
I don't think he serves a game. I don't think he serves a game.
Really?
Oh, dang.
Nope. I don't think he serves a game. And you know what? I don't want him to serve a game. I want the Saints full strength, no excuses.
He's accused of battery, if I remember right.
Well,
I mean, they kick our ass in the regular season, but like we all know what happens in the playoffs.
I had to light up a cigarette after I saw those predictions.
What's that say?
We that.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
In the playoffs. Not in the regular season. In the playoffs, though, we whooped your ass.
Well, hold on now. The year that y'all won a Super Bowl, let's not forget. Okay, I think we were up either 10 points.
Don't blame Jared Cook. Do not blame Jared Cook.
We're driving down the field.
Do not blame Jared Cook.
Three
picks out of Drew Brees. Do not blame Jared Cook.
The last pick was in a garbage time, not garbage time, but when Brees is trying to force the ball. If Jared Cook holds on to that
last pass
ball,
of his career, interception.
If Jared Cook holds on to that ball and we go up 17 points in the fourth quarter, y'all fold y'all's tents. It's it. I think that was a huge momentum shift.
Greatest day of my life. Outside the 2 Super Bowl wins, greatest day of my life because I watched Drew Brees kick our ass for 15 years.
I hear you. I know.
And then we beat him when it mattered most.
It hurt. It didn't hurt as bad as the Vikings, but it definitely hurt.
Yeah, they had some bad luck in the playoffs, man.
Oh, man, it was the Vikings, which we do play them week 4.
Yeah, but it'll be in London.
Yeah, I know. Game. I hate that.
Let me tell you guys.
Love this perspective, man. You gotta love this perspective in that division rivalry. You're already feeling it and all that tension.
I got the Saints winning that game.
I love that. I could just sit back and just smoke all show.
Now, Kevin,
listen, let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys. In case Kamara suspended 6 games, let me tell you the Saints' first 6 games. All right, they start at Atlanta. They could win without him. Then they got home Tampa. That's going to be tough. That's going to be very tough. Yeah. Then they're at Carolina, home Minnesota, home Seattle, home Bengals. Those are the 6 games. if
As a
Kamara
full-
were suspended 6 games.
As a former team that had Jameis Winston under center, I'm just going to warn you, you're going to lose that game in Carolina. That man never plays well in Carolina.
Really?
Ever.
Speaking
Ever.
of Carolina,
Even last year, his worst game of the year was in Carolina.
Really? I didn't realize that. I will say this about the Buccaneers. I just want to say this about the Bucs. It doesn't seem like the Buccaneers match up well against the Saints.
Nah, it's the team we don't. Them and the Rams.
And it's going to be very interesting, these two teams in this division going head-to-head and battling it out, because I think they're both two very good teams who, man, I think those 2 games that they play each other is going to be detrimental to who wins the division, obviously.
The Bucs have lost 7 straight to the Saints.
In the
If we're not counting playoffs.
Right, in the
Right,
regular season.
The Saints seem to match up very well against the Buccaneers, especially with Jensen gone.
We're your Super Bowl. We're your Super Bowl every year. Y'all be like celebrating in the locker room like you just won the Super Bowl every time you beat us.
Y'all won one
And,
Super Bowl. in how many
supposedly
years?
we're poverty. We're poverty, but
here's
y'all celebrate like you win the Super Bowl.
here's some support for you, Ryan. There's no way the Saints finished third, upgraded too much during the offseason, especially at wide receiver, which was the weakest core in the NFL last season. And one and only AK saying Saints have a dog in Olave. How do you feel about the rookie?
You know, I think he's going to be very good at stretching the field, which will leave Michael Thomas underneath, which will leave the screen game open to Kamara. My biggest question is,
You'll leave those slants open for Michael Thomas?
Yeah. But my
Hey, this
biggest
man
question-
looks slow. Everybody's saying that he coming back, but he looks slow in those videos.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
going
The
to be a
first
question
practice.
I had.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas has been struggling with this for 2 years, and he doesn't look like he's even close to full speed. Is he going to
does
be
not.
ready for the start of the season?
Julio
and
does.
if he is,
Julio
what
does.
does the receiver core look like over there?
Man, Michael Thomas, I'm not very happy with Michael Thomas these past couple years, just to be honest. I don't know if y'all had heard, he hurt his ankle, right? He pushed off surgery. He wouldn't answer the phone when the Saints were calling him. It just seems like he got the money and wants to chill. I'm hoping Olave, being another Ohio State alum, comes in and kind of lights a fire under his ass. You know what I mean? It makes him want to play. But, man, it just seems like he got the money and wants to just kind of hang out. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. But
I think it's kind of sad that Julio Jones in his first day of practice is already looking much better than this dude, and he's been rehabbing for 2 years. It's just
oh, yeah. Well, you got to think.
It's kind of crazy when you think about an ankle injury. Ankle injuries never really typically take this long.
Exactly. And that's why I'm upset with him, man. I'm not happy with Michael Thomas right now. Dak Prescott has his ankle turned sideways, and he played before Michael Thomas.
But this it's two different scenarios. But what I do know is if you have a setback, if you have a setback during recovery from surgery, speaking from experience, I didn't have a setback, thank God. But if you have a setback, that could set you back a long time because they're gonna have to go in again, and it's gonna double your recovery time. But so he had a setback during the season last year, which he had to get it reworked on again. I'm just wondering if he's ever gonna be back to full speed.
The problem is, I guess what really has me concerned is him, when he first got hurt, pushing off the surgery, not answering the phone when Sean Payton was calling him. It just seems like there's more to this, maybe, locker room issues or something like that. I could be wrong, but it seems like him and Sean Payton didn't really see eye to eye for a while, and I'm hoping now that Dennis Allen's there, that whatever was possibly going on
Can I stop you on that note? I know exactly why. Because if you go back to that first game with Tom Brady at center, week 1, we go into New Orleans. Y'all are winning the game handily. That game is won. And there's 2-3 minutes left on the clock. Sean decides to go for 2 to be an asshole. And Mike gets his ankle rolled up on. That wouldn't sit right with me if I was Michael Thomas.
I mean,
That's just stupid coaching.
It is stupid coaching, and Sean Payton is petty. We know that. But
He's an
also, Michael
asshole.
Thomas is a very sensitive freaking person. You know, he seems like he's very sensitive when any
He's a
kind
wide
of media.
receiver. Of course, he's sensitive.
Yeah, even for a wide receiver, it's like, come on, man.
He let Carlton Davis get under his skin, and Davis can't pick off anything.
He's very sensitive, that's for sure.
Well,
But I mean, hey,
you never know. That's actually, I mean, like they could gel well together. They could, him and the new coach. He could, I mean, at the very least, he's going to be some kind of a veteran presence to help Olave out and teach him and kind of show him the ropes, even if he's not able to really be himself again. But I wanted to ask Kevin, how are you feeling with this guy as your quarterback now? That was our very first episode for the football side of the podcast, as well as for the podcast itself, was talking about Baker Mayfield and the trade. So I wanted to get your thoughts as a Carolina Panthers fan. You've had you had Cam Newton, then you had Teddy Bridgewater, you had Sam Darnold. Now it looks like it's more than likely going to be Baker Mayfield. I don't think Darnold's going to be beating him out. But so how do you feel about Baker Mayfield as the quarterback under center for the Panthers this year?
I don't feel good. He had some weapons in Cleveland. Like one of his teammates they went on and won the Super Bowl. So he had a lot of weapons around him. That defense was really good.
And the other one is joining the Saints this year, coming back home.
Yeah,
Damn.
Jarvis Landry.
happy to have him, yeah.
Yeah. So he had so many weapons and just couldn't get the job
We'll
done.
see about that boy. We'll see about him.
So I guess the what you're saying here is that you don't like your receivers versus the receivers of the Browns. But let's talk about McCaffrey. We'll assume he stays healthy. How does McCaffrey being added in there give Baker a level of kind of comfortability, knowing that he has a solid run game that he can rely on?
That'd be amazing. Even behind him though, Chuba Hubbard would be pretty good too. I don't know. I think he just panics and he's got all these ads out too, so he's not super focused on the football.
Yeah, they gotta change those commercials. It's Bank of America.
Yeah, but Progressive is a blue brand, so it works perfect.
That's true. That is very
Yeah.
important.
Hopefully, they don't keep it up in our stadium too, man. Man.
I got a question for you, Who Dat.
What's up, baby?
How many games do Andy Dalton play this year for you?
Oh
my God.
Very interesting question.
Is he still there?
He's on the depth chart for now. He's on the team
And,
still.
he'll make the team.
He ain't get cut yet.
He'll play week 18.
Man, I think they're going to.
ALW says just start him.
Just start him.
That's because people hate Jameis. That's because people hate Jameis. Like that's all that is.
Yeah, once he throws a couple interceptions.
Nobody really believes that Andy Dalton is better than Jameis. They just hate Jameis.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play unless Wentz is doing some crazy stuff and sucking.
We'll see him in preseason, I bet.
Yeah, no, we'll see him in preseason. I don't think he's terrible. I don't.
Is the Taysom Hill experiment over?
I think they're going to put Taysom Hill, which is going to be very interesting, at a tight end role and maybe in some wildcat positions. But from what I hear, they want to try putting him at tight end, which I feel like he can be a good tight end.
I'm surprised they haven't got rid of him.
Because
Taysom Hill's at tight end.
Y'all are weak at tight end.
We are.
If I'm gonna be honest, because Troutman's not good.
No, don't get me started on Troutman. I can't stand Troutman. He sucks.
So like,
he can't catch the ball.
I pray y'all run a 2 tight end set against us. I pray.
I don't think that's going to happen. But I do want to see that Taysom Hill experiment at tight end. I think that would that he could be possibly a pretty good tight end. He's extremely fast. He can get open.
You know what drives me crazy about Taysom Hill?
What's that?
There are defensive coordinators that get paid millions of dollars to prepare for games, and every time they play the Saints, when Taysom Hill is the quarterback under center, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna throw it." No, bitch, he's gonna run that shit. He's gonna run that shit, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stack the box. Stack the box on them.
I don't know if y'all are familiar with a guy named Juwan Johnson. He's a tight end for the Saints. He's an ex-basketball player. This guy's got potential. He can jump. He's 6'4", He can jump like crazy, and I don't know if he's going to make the team or if the Saints have any plans for him. But I would keep an eye on him because he's got potential.
He makes the team. He got to make the team. He's really back far on the depth chart right now, though.
Yeah, I think he's third as far as the tight ends go.
That comment funny as fuck.
Behind Troutman, which I would trade Troutman. I would just call him.
Come on, y'all gotta coaches gotta pump their players up, man. They gotta do it, man.
Yeah, but maybe don't compare him to a Hall of Famer.
Listen,
A Hall of Famer that my team traded like dumbasses.
I mean, Marcus Ryan also has this comment for the Saints. Saints secondary is deep. It's going to be interesting to see who makes the team. They do have a very deep secondary. I'm looking at it right now.
The secondary is extremely good. I really think that's what when people say 8 wins, I just think they're crazy with the defense the Saints have. They have a very good defense.
I got you at 10, 11.
I think that is going to be about right. And you could say I'm biased or whatever, but I really do believe that.
2 new safeties on the Saints, Marcus May and also returning.
I think we split though.
The Honey Badger.
I think we split. I think both of us win our home game.
Yeah, I could see that happen.
The crazy part is I think the Saints are like the biggest mystery of this entire NFC because if that team comes whole and Kamara doesn't get suspended and some miracle that Michael Thomas goes in and touches some holy water and he can play, that team is deep.
It's not even that.
Team is deep.
It's Jameis. It's Jameis. If Jameis puts it together here, that man's a top 10 quarterback.
Jameis Winston has all the talent in the fucking world. He just has the fact that he has. It's like he got all the talent and a
can't stay consistent.
He just needs the rise surgery.
It don't compute. It don't compute. Like he wants to show off how good he is every single night, every single game, and that's not how you win games. You win games by giving what the defense gives you. You win by checking down to your fucking 2 big ass running backs that you got. You got Alvin Kamara and fucking Mark Ingram that can both catch a ton of footballs. So you got to be able to take what the defense gives you and then show off when the play call's right. I mean, whatever happened to Traquan Smith, don't fucking know.
Allegedly, Devin White ended his career because Devin White just wanted to hurt everybody on the Saints. Apparently,
he was supposed to be the next big thing. He was supposed to be the fucking new Ted Ginn. He was supposed to be the next Ted Ginn.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's time for him to shut it off the pot because this guy, I mean, he's just every year, we're waiting on him to come together, to get it together. And I think
it's so irritating. At least 2 times a year, twice a year, you are gonna see these monster games from him. Twice a year.
Yeah, exactly.
From Jameis, like, where he'll throw like 5-6 touchdowns.
Where is this? Where is this? It's so frustrating, It's like basically what Cordero Patterson was every year of his career until last year.
Right. I mean, I think Marquez Callaway is going to get more playing time than Traquan Smith.
That's another one.
Unless Traquan Smith can put it together now that he has a lot more competition, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think too many people.
You remember everybody bought on Marquez Callaway last year? Before the season started. In preseason, everybody's like, yo, I'm going to take him in the second round.
Too much pressure on him in year 1. Like, come on, man. If you
want to win your fantasy league, do not watch preseason.
Dude. Yeah. Yo, people got to understand they need to fucking separate fantasy football and real life because, what people were expecting from that guy, and he didn't play terrible, but it's like, what the fuck? Y'all was expecting this dude to catch 1,200 yards, get 90 catches? Like, it was too much. They expected way too much from this kid.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing flashes, though. It's just, I think that's why. In deep leagues, I picked him up in a deep league I'm on, and he just never did anything.
Ryan, I got another question about the Saints offense, very important one. Okay. And that's when you lost the left tackle.
Yes.
Taron Armstead. Armstead. How are the Saints going to address that this year?
You picked up the rookie, right? This guy looks like he's a beast, but everybody says he's really raw, like he's
going to get a lot of flags.
Oh,
I was watching him like Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
That man's like he's like throwing people into his own quarterback and shit. I'm like, yo, man, calm down a little bit. Calm down a little bit.
His intensity does remind me of Jensen, though. you know. And Jensen does get some flags too. He's a brute.
Yeah, that first year we got Jensen, that man could not stop getting penalized, man.
Right.
Just stupid shit too, man. It was Brady coming in that Chicago game. He got in Jensen's face on the sideline. He was like, "Yo, man, you just killed that fucking drive, bro. With that penalty, you just killed that fucking drive."
One thing you can say about Jensen is he, like you said, he has his quarterback and his running backs back. You know, you're not gonna get away with any cheap shots.
Bro, y'all gonna make me cry, man. You're gonna make me cry right now.
Yeah, like it's so crazy.
I'm still processing it and like holding on to a glimmer of hope.
What, you gonna cry? No? No, go ahead, cry. Let me see you. Let me see you cry.
That's me right now. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
That's
so the worst fucking shit, bro. I would have rather Julio Jones fucked up today than
Don't wish that. Don't wish that because
that's probably tomorrow. That's probably
come Monday, this shit over.
Yeah,
boy, like all right. I came a little late. I don't know if y'all broke down Julio Jones and shit. Like, to me, I think he's washed. He's insurance. He's not washed. He's insurance.
How old is he?
I'm not counting on him to be one. I'm not counting on him to be two.
No,
he's a nice 3 or 4 right now.
He's really fucking old.
This isn't 2017 Julio Jones.
Who's that one guy who walked off the field and said, "This is a young man's game"?
What boggles me about is that this kid
on that team, he's 33. Julio's 33.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I want to hear what I'm going to ask you a quick question, and I got to ask. I'm dying to ask Kevin something too. Tyler Johnson, this kid can ball. Like, what is it with the lack of opportunities? Because I've seen it. I've seen him. That kid, he doesn't get a lot of opportunity at all.
On Tampa?
Yes.
Yeah. Tyler Johnson on Tampa?
Yes, I'm talking about Tyler Johnson.
Because he's lazy. That man shows up to camp overweight. He has one fucking play in his entire career that was worth the shit. It was against the Saints. It was against the Saints. Yeah, he showed up to camp overweight last year. And then, bro, like, you letting Scotty run at your ass. And Scotty's a little white boy that fucking all he does is just run fast. And you're letting him beat you on the depth chart.
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller's a little dog too, man. It's just they got some little pieces over there, but everybody's not going to be top-notch receivers. There's good pieces to a unit. You got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You got your two dogs. Yeah. You got the dogs.
I mean, we've seen 12 make mediocre receivers good. So.
And wait, is OJ Howard playing this year?
Nah, he's on the Bills.
Gone.
He's on the Bills. Ooh.
Yeah,
bust.
So y'all got so basically.
I got Kyle Rudolph.
Bust.
Cameron Brate and Kyle Rudolph.
We passed on goddamn Dalvin Cook for OJ
Howard.
Y'all got Lenny though. Y'all got
big
game
Lenny. Super Bowl rings right now.
Y'all got big game Lenny.
We had Dalvin Cook.
Y'all got big game Lenny.
JJ, what's your question for Kevin?
Kevin, Baker Mayfield. The problem I have with Baker Mayfield, right, is that he can actually be a really good quarterback.
Oh yeah,
he can actually be a good. But one, I feel like he's uncoachable. Like I feel like he's absolutely coachable.
He cocky.
And with the unit that he has around him, he has what? He has Christian McCaffrey. He has it's just Chuba Hubbard is coming back, right?
Yep.
You got Chuba Hubbard is a solid number 2. You got Robbie Anderson that's dying for a good quarterback because he hasn't seen good quarterback.
Oh yeah, I forgot what he tweeted too. That was pretty funny when we.
He wrote no.
Yeah, right.
You got a beast in DJ Moore.
Yep,
like
DJ
y'all
Moore,
got a good team here.
Yeah,
y'all got a good team. Do you think Baker Mayfield could shut the fuck up and listen to his coaches at any point of the season and just listen and process and apply?
He could. I mean, I can't put it past him. We had an amazing year when we lost. I forgot that receiver we drafted, and when Cam Newton brought us to the Super Bowl. Well, of course, we lost it, but that was a surprise year.
Didn't jump on the fumble.
Yep. yeah.
I should probably mention Bronco. Should probably mention Broncos fans. So, thanks for that.
Oh yeah. Yep. That was rough, but that was a surprise year. I didn't think we were going to make it that far.
I'm pretty pissed at you, John.
What?
Can I just say,
y'all traded Von Miller to the Rams and fucked my repeat up.
Listen, man. Things happen. Y'all,
goddamn
Denver,
Rams fucked my repeat up.
Hey, Denver couldn't re-sign Shaq Barrett, and that's why you got him.
Yo, Kev, I'm just gonna tell your boy.
All right.
Stop trying to make Ian Thomas a thing. Stop trying to make Ian Thomas a thing. He ain't shit.
I think he's a backup. Actually, they're saying Tommy Tremble,
tight end on the Panthers.
Yeah, Tommy Tremble apparently is number 1 on their depth chart, so that's a good thing because now Ian Thomas is just a fucking backup where he belongs.
I mean, he had some good games. But I mean, like you guys said earlier, just not consistent.
Well, listen, JJ,
Jacksonville, that tight end, he wasn't that bad, and you traded him to Jacksonville.
Oh, Evan Ingram.
Is he facing suspension?
No. Evan Ingram just
no. I forgot dude's name, but he was making Darnold look good. No.
Ian Thomas.
Last year, the dude y'all traded to Jacksonville last year, that the first 3-4 games, he was making Darnold look pretty good.
Damn, I don't remember that. I thought it was Ian Thomas.
Was that his name? I don't think so.
Yeah, because he had some good games.
Yeah,
but I mean, it just wasn't consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, their tight end last year was Ian Thomas and Steven Sullivan. I don't think either of those guys.
Yeah, they're still.
Who was the guy? He wound up. They traded him like week 4 to Jacksonville.
Let me take a look.
He was good in fantasy. That's why I had him. And then he went to Jacksonville and disappeared.
I don't remember.
A good tight end in Carolina. That sounds.
Well, we had Greg Olsen for the longest. Yeah, Greg Olsen's been our man.
I said good. I should have said decent.
Besides Greg Olsen?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Greg Olsen was fucking man.
Yo, I think you're thinking of. Are you thinking of Chris Manhertz?
No.
Because he was on the. He was.
If
on
you
the
say
Panthers.
his name, I'm gonna know it.
He was on the Panthers till 2020, and then he signed with the Jaguars. Oh wait, Dan Arnold.
That's the guy.
That fucking guy?
Oh, yeah.
It rhymes with Darnold.
He was pretty nice the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
First couple weeks.
Here we go with that fantasy football talk.
Listen, JJ, I'm sure that Baker Mayfield is going to be willing to listen to his coaches, particularly his new offensive coordinator, because, Romeo has a lot of experience with this guy. He's one of his favorite former Giant head coaches, Ben McAdoo.
Ben McAdoo.
He is the new offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers.
Forever known. The guy
forever
coordinator.
Yeah.
The guy who sat Eli Manning. He sat Eli Manning to see Geno Smith. To see Geno Smith play.
I just wanted to see this reaction from Romeo.
I already had I got it right here on my sheet that Matt Rule is getting fired.
Oh yeah,
somewhere. I'm thinking that too.
Like I said, we're gonna have another 5-12 season.
Between
David Tepper
4 to week 9, when I have you going on a 5-game losing streak, he's getting fired.
Yeah, those are rough games. Wow, that's a lot of good defenses, man.
David Tepper David Tepper's been like kind of on record saying that he has wanted to get a good quarterback, and he was like kind of saying superstar quarterback. Baker? Well, no, that was what Matt Rule was trying to sell him. Well, Matt Rule was trying to sell him on Teddy Bridgewater. Then he was trying to sell him on Sam Darnold. Now it looks like trying to sell him on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, they originally before the season they were talking about getting Garoppolo. That's what I thought we were getting. And
that was one of the big names. Tied to him.
Don't do that.
They were into the Deshaun sweepstakes too.
We got Baker.
He's getting traded this week or next week. So where do you think Garoppolo ends up?
In San Fran.
Yeah. I think we felt as though he was probably just going to stay in San Fran.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Really, I think he winds up in Chicago. Honestly,
no, they believe in Justin Fields.
They're going to ride that Justin Fields train.
They believe in Justin Fields.
They're not good enough anyway. They're not good enough.
All right, I don't think he's better than Justin Fields. I don't think he takes the starting job. I'm just saying, Justin Fields' style of play.
Well, the thing is, it's not that. The problem is that if you trade for Garoppolo because he's at the basically last year of his contract, you would have to re-sign him. And if you're going to re-sign him, that means you're fucked on any kind of development.
It's not going to take much. I'd give him a 6th-round pick.
No. That's a trade. That's not. They have to re-sign Garoppolo if they get him. And if they re-sign him, he's going to want a decent amount of time on that contract.
Why do they have to re-sign him?
Because he's in the last year of his deal.
So you have to re-sign him if you trade for him?
No,
I didn't
but
know-
what?
I didn't
No,
know
no, no,
that.
no.
Bears
I'm
stink.
saying, what's the point? No, I'm saying, what's the point of trading for Garoppolo for 1 year to go back to
Oh,
Justin Fields?
I mean, just insurance. Like I don't know if the
Oh,
Bears
you have it
actually
as a
wanna compete.
backup?
Like,
Nah,
yeah. No, I got him as a
there's
backup.
no. Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's
They're
not
gonna rate,
stink.
man. That first
Jimmy's
week.
not a starter.
They, if anybody needs if anybody's going to need a backup, it's going to be San Fran with Trey Lance. That's why it's better for them just to hold on to him.
I think
It's
the
just
Browns
messy.
should
It's
trade for
messy, that's
Garoppolo.
why.
The Browns are a good enough team, and they need an upgrade if Watson's going to get suspended for any length of time.
Is he gonna get suspended though? Like
Right
he
now?
might appeal
Hell
that shit.
yeah.
He might appeal, bro. If he
They're treating
appeals,
Watson
then
like
he
he's
can
the man
play.
right now. They treating him like he is the man of that team. So until said otherwise,
Listen.
This is why I don't.
The
I don't
Browns-
think Kamara's getting suspended. I don't think
The Browns-
Watson's
the
getting
Browns-
suspended. Like
the Browns know he's getting suspended because if you look at his contract this year, he's only making $1 million. The years afterwards, he's getting is when all of the money's kicking in. So that's why they set it up so that it's so friendly towards him that even if he gets suspended for the whole year, it's not touching any of that actual money.
but ain't
They
he?
just signed Josh
Ain't he
Rosen,
trying to
too.
fight it though? Like why not just accept the suspension if you
Who
know
said
that's
Josh
There's no suspension yet. That's the thing.
I'm
There's
just saying
nothing
they
for him to
signed him. I'm
fight.
not saying he's gonna. He's probably not even gonna make.
I heard
the
that
team.
name in
I'm
a
saying
minute.
they
Preseason.
signed him,
Yeah.
So if they're
Now
gonna sign
that's a
somebody
name
else. It's
I've
kind of
not
stupid.
heard in a long time. A long time.
like
Man, you guys should see the
Right.
list.
On demand,
The list of quarterbacks that the Browns have, just in case, is
Jacoby
who's
Brissett.
who. It's a who's who. Jacoby Brissett, Josh Rosen, and Joshua Dobbs, who was a backup
I
in the
forgot they
Steelers.
got
Who the
for-
fuck is that guy?
Josh Rosen.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that? Oh my god.
No, my.
Let's
my
get
point
back to the
was
NFC
the
South.
Browns
No.
are gonna sign somebody else.
He was
Well,
the one that
why
said
did they sign
they
Josh
made
Rosen?
10 mistakes.
No, we wasn't
They made
shitting on
10
Josh
mistakes.
Rosen. We were shitting on the third guy. I never heard of that motherfucker in my life.
Oh, Josh Dobbs from Tennessee.
Josh Dobbs, yeah, he played
Yeah.
for Tennessee in college, and then he was with the Steelers as a backup. I think he got traded to. It might have actually been Carolina to be a backup.
Wait, Romeo, you're a big SEC guy. What was Josh Dobbs' best performance at Tennessee?
Putting his helmet on with that big ass forehead.
You ever seen this guy? This guy looks like an alien.
Bro, he looks like
He's
Charlie
the ugliest person I've
Villanueva.
ever seen, probably.
You remember Charlie Villanueva from
yes.
the Pistons? That's who he looks like.
I wanted to tell Kevin a stat about his quarterbacks. I don't know if he knew. Did you know that Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, they both are 1 and 2, the most interceptions in the league the past 2 seasons?
And how does that make you feel? Yeah, they are.
Jameis only played 7 games last year.
Yeah, I didn't even know he played that much.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you think about this draft pick with Matt Corral? You know, we've seen him play a lot in Ole Miss.
Yeah. I think he'll develop, man. He could be.
It might be something there. There might be something there.
I'm not holding my hopes up, but
It'll be funny as fuck if he beats both of them out in camp.
yeah, right.
Yes.
That'll be funny as fuck because you
Well,
guys,
I mean, look
how
about it.
how many picks have you given up for those two quarterbacks in the past 2
man,
years?
there's a list. I've seen all the memes, man.
And if Matt
like I said, it's been a
Corral
rough
ends
preseason,
up
man.
being the starter, bro, like just sell the franchise.
I mean, if you think about
well,
it,
I mean, he can
all
develop.
he's got to do is be the 2 worst quarterbacks at throwing interceptions. So,
Yeah. I mean, they'll put him in for a couple of games. We'll see. I mean, we even got PJ Walker. He's had a few games. I mean, it's not been the greatest, but I feel like
Isn't he an XFL legend?
yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not XFL, UFL or AFL, whatever the fuck.
Well, one of those
it
side
is.
leagues.
Like,
Yeah. I know
one of those side
he was amazing in there.
Let me read a few comments here from the live chat. Marcus Ryan, at this point, if Leonard Fournette keeps putting on weight, he can fill in the center role.
This is the stupidest fucking. All right. I'm about to go off. I'm about to go
Come
off.
on, dude.
I'm about to go off, bro. Because like this is bullshit, man. Stop fucking commenting on his weight, bro. There is such a thing as bulking. This man,
like, it's
bro,
the dumbest shit ever. Dude, my
he,
man played last season.
he was never 260. That was bullshit. Rick Stroud, who is the worst fucking beat writer in Tampa, All right. That was him putting that shit out. He wanted to crack a joke. He thought he was funny. He was like, "Oh, he's one donut away from 260." Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, no.
Well,
all right.
like, first of all,
this man's playing weight is 240. It's 235.
That's what I was about to say. Like, yo,
right.
if he puts on
Real
10
quick,
pounds in the offseason,
And this is what I'm saying.
My man is gonna shed that shit in a week.
Y'all saw what he did.
Hey, he reported to training camp at 245.
Exactly.
Playing weight.
Bro, like he's cutting. He's cutting now.
That's
bro.
all fake news.
All right.
That's
Yes.
No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction.
All right.
garbage.
And
Pure
also, this is my draft crush from who we picked. This kid Rashad White. Just like if you see him there, like
Talk about
later rounds in fantasy, if you see him, pick him up because
He can catch the ball.
He can catch. He can run. He can cut. He can do it all, man. Lenny.
Last name's White. Tom Brady loves
Lenny-
those running backs. Last name White.
I saw what you did there. No, but like for real, Rashad White, like the career he had at Arizona State, man, like he was their offense. And also just like I got Kamara vibes, like rookie Kamara vibes from this dude. Just watching his tape, this man is gonna set the league on fire. Lenny is gonna have to look over his shoulder a little bit, but in the first half, Lenny is gonna beat it down. He's gonna be that bruising back in the first half. Second half, we're gonna go a little finesse on him with Rashad White.
Yo, but yeah, what's so underrated about Lenny? Lenny is a hell of a pass catcher at the backfield.
Right.
People
Facts.
underestimate that. Like that
Talk to
man
me.
can catch the
Talk to
football.
me.
And I'm
Talk
just
to me.
saying, it's like Lenny is a total package. Like I'm surprised the fact that he had a couple of failed experimental years in Jacksonville. That's Jacksonville's fucking problem. They're the fucking worst team in NFL history. Fuck them. They can
Right.
fucking
a lot of Lenny's shit like early on has been like
stupid.
ego, and just like motivation. Now he's got Tom Brady in his ears, motivating.
Dude, my man Lenny came out of the league at 245. Motherfucker was a horse when he came out. Like, and you know what I love about seeing the Bucs, yo? The Bucs got the schedule to start the year off, bro. That's gonna set the tone for their season, yo.
It's brutal.
They got
I got us going 2-2.
Let me pull this up.
They got at Dallas, at New
You got
Orleans,
it in front of you?
at New Orleans. Who that? They are home to the Chiefs and
we're
then
gonna
home
lose.
to the Packers.
So we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose week 2 to the Saints because I mean whatever the fuck. And then week 4 against KC. KC's gonna come in. We're gonna overlook them because their wide receiver depth doesn't look that good right now. But Mahomes is Mahomes, and you know, like he's had 2 years to sit on, like getting his ass kicked in the Super Bowl. I think that game's gonna mean a little more to Mahomes than anybody.
But bro,
So
that back half of their schedule, besides a home game to the Rams and a road game against the Cardinals, there's a reason I picked them to go 13-4. That schedule is
that is exactly the win-loss I got.
cakewalk.
High five,
That
motherfucker.
schedule is a cakewalk after them first 4
All right,
weeks.
so
Wait,
so
you know,
I got the Bucks.
Did you play Cincinnati?
Yeah. I got them losing
Right.
that game. I got the Bucks losing
Rightfully
that game.
so.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Salty. Can we talk about something
So-
important, Salty?
so-
Can we talk about something
so
important, Salty?
I got three.
Better.
I got three series of games that they're gonna win 3 games in a row at least, and that is week 5 to 7. They're gonna win versus Atlanta, at Pittsburgh, at Carolina. That's
Yeah.
the first one.
Oh,
Absolutely.
murderous row.
Weeks 9 to 14, they're gonna win all of those games. They're gonna win against the Rams because, bro, Tom is pissed the fuck off about that playoff game. All right, they're gonna win versus the Rams at home. They're gonna win versus Seattle in Germany. Then we go on a bye week, and then
We're gonna win that.
I said 5. I should have said. Oh yeah, no, it is 5. All right. Then you go to Cleveland, who might have Jacoby Brissett starting, and then
Jimmy
come
Garoppolo.
back home against New Orleans. Like that 9-0 shit. That's not gonna happen again. All right, we're gonna win that game. And then we go to San Francisco, and bro, I'm not sold on Trey Lance yet. He's got to
Yeah,
show
you don't
me.
got to be scared of that yet.
The
Not
defense,
a
though.
bad team.
And then week 15, they have Cincinnati at home. I have them losing that game. All right.
Yeah.
And then after that, Christmas, week 16 against Arizona. They're gonna go and kick Kyler Murray's ass in the desert.
Ooh.
Come back home, beat Carolina, go on the road, beat Atlanta. That's 3 sets of games where they're gonna win at least 3 in a row.
Let me talk to
what do you
Salty
have
for a
them
second.
finishing at? What do you have them finishing at?
13-4. I got them 5-1
That's
in the
good. Yep,
NFC
that's what I
South.
picked. Yep.
It's a lot
Let me
of
talk
faith
to him
on
for
an
a
old
second.
quarterback.
Yeah, let me talk to him for a second. Let me talk to him. So Tom Brady, he spends like a couple of weeks with his family and says, I'm back.
Yeah, fuck them
45
kids.
years
Fuck them
old.
kids.
I agree. I agree. And then Bruce Arians is like immediately out, and Todd Bowles is in, which I thought was a little fishy. And I know a certain lot.
You're
about
a
Todd
closet
Bowles.
Jets fan, so I know you're interested.
I know a
in
lot
that.
about Todd Bowles. I'm not a closet. There's no closet. I'm out of the closet with the Jets.
Yo,
Hey, he said he's out of the closet, not me.
yo, we're talking about 45-year-old Tom Brady, the same
Yeah,
guy
right.
that at 44 years old, he threw for 5,300 yards. I think he'll
Should
be
have been
fine.
MVP. Should have
I
been
think
MVP.
he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine.
Should have been MVP.
Sooner
Got
or later,
robbed.
He barely got touched last year. He barely
Yeah,
got touched, and he was a
Man,
big.
you are trying to
against
piss
the
me
Saints.
the
I
fuck
want to
Yeah,
remind
that's
these
against
people. I
the
got to remind them.
Who's
them.
the
Hey,
Browns
wait,
center?
wait.
What is it? NFL Insider was talking about that
But
Browns center.
at the same
Yeah,
time,
JC
Brady
Treader, I
knows how
got-
to get
I got
rid of the
some-
ball.
I got some stuff right here on JC Treader, man. I've been looking at this dude all day since.
Can you trade
since
for a
Jensen got
center?
hurt.
Like,
No, he's a free
think-
agent.
Yeah.
So JC Treader was the 6th ranked PFF center. If you take PFF grades, I don't care. But he graded out at a 78.7. Jensen was a 68.3. JC Treader was a 83.7 in passing down. So that was 2nd best according to PFF. And on the run, he was a 74.8. That was 14th, but Jensen was 11th with a 77.1. So, like, if he's out there, go get his ass.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I have another big Buccaneers question. Gronk retired, but I could easily see him coming back in the middle of the season.
What's that word, retired? I don't know what that word is. Tom Brady's retired. Gronk is retired.
I say it's not playing for the moment.
Yeah.
He's out for the
Taking a
moment.
break.
I got it.
That dude took some
Well,
injuries.
if he
though.
comes
Beat
back,
up.
if he comes back, I don't see him coming back at the end of the year. Like some people say, like, oh, he's gonna come back for the playoffs. Nah, he'll have to come back before that. I see.
So you're
him
confident in Todd Bowles?
for now. And I'll tell you why. I know it's a joke. I know like everybody laughs at the whole Jets thing, but people forget that first year that he was with the Jets, he won 10 games. All right,
Yeah.
with Fitzmagic, that fucking guy.
It's magic.
Yeah. So this is the best quarterback he's ever had. Like right off the bat, he's got a quarterback. You have to get quarterback right if you're gonna succeed. All right. This is the most talented roster he could have inherited. Like this is probably the best roster that a first year with a new team coach has ever inherited. All right. So I'm gonna give him just do your thing, man. Show me that you can coach. Like
Give him the reins
I
and say,
trust
don't
you,
fuck
man.
it up.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up. And I know the defense is gonna be right. And he's going on record that he's just saying like Byron Leftwich has the offense, I got the defense, and then we'll like collaborate in the middle, you know. And Byron Leftwich, people are forgetting that the Bucs have had a top 3 offense every year that Byron Leftwich has been offensive coordinator, dating back to when we still had Jameis in 2019. He threw a lot of picks, but we were scoring points.
I thought they had one of the top defenses.
I see it already. I see a vision already. The Bucs have that hard first 4 weeks of the season. They go 2-2 that Monday morning.
That's all they got to do. Just go 2-2. They can't go 1-3.
They'll make the call. Rob Gronkowski is in practice by Wednesday.
I think he comes back during the bye week. So they go to Germany. He's not going to make that trip to Germany to play Seattle. That's a bullshit game. Or maybe he does, and
What?
he just
wants
to get
party in Germany.
What?
Yeah,
Party in Germany?
Maybe he wants
Turn
to
up
get
in
his.
Germany?
He wants
I
to
mean,
get his.
that'll be in October, so it will be Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest? Hello.
God damn it, man. No, all right, Gronk, you're not allowed to go to Germany. So
Wait till after Germany.
Yeah. So he'll come back during the bye week when we get back from Germany, and then we got to go up to Cleveland, and he might be on a pitch count then. But that gives him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to get it right before the playoffs. So,
Salty, can I ask you a question about a player that the Jets acquired, which is Jordan Whitehead?
Hey, you know that meme where the lungs with the dog in there? You got the dog in it. You got the dog in it. Bro, that man is one of the. I said it a million times last year. He is a throwback safety. He's a throwback. He nails the fuck out of people. Bro, honestly, if you go back to the Super Bowl run against when we went up to Lambeau and we made Rodgers lose another NFC championship so that he would become the White McNabb, going 1-4 in the NFC championships. Yeah, White McNabb. So Jordan Whitehead coming out of the halftime, they threw like a little fucking dump pass to Aaron Jones, right? Jordan Whitehead comes out of nowhere, nails the fuck out of this, bro. He fumbles. We recovered. The rest is history.
Josh says, Salty Buccaneer, the first real Bucks fan I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, follow me on Twitter, man, at SaltyBuck91.
He also says
came
people
up.
actually voted for the Panthers. Got to be trolling. Yeah, we got a poll in the chat. Who you guys think is going to win the division? And I'll tell you the results right here. 64% say, well, it just went down. 58% say the Bucks. 25% say the Saints. 8% picking the Falcons. 8% picking the Panthers.
The
Who the
Falcons.
fuck is picking the Falcons? I got the Falcons winning 4 games total.
Let's talk about the Falcons because unfortunately
who's repping the Falcons?
My Falcons fan could not attend here.
I wouldn't attend either.
It's all right. We're not missing nothing. We're not missing nothing with him not here. They got Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Grady Jarrett, and that's like it.
Their quarterback is Tennessee Titans legend Marcus Mariota.
Speaking from experience,
talk to him, JJ. Talk to Falcons fan, JJ.
Speaking from experience, they better protect him, or he won't even last 5 weeks because he's the thing is he's a good player. I'll say he's a good player, but he's insanely reckless.
I thought they drafted somebody.
He's reckless at the wrong time.
Yeah, they got
He's
Ritter.
reckless at the wrong times.
Yeah.
Like he'll have a clean game, and then he'll just do something so boneheaded, and it's baffling. And he's done it year after year.
Why they signed him?
After year. And I mean that's why we picked them to win 4 games. Like they're gonna be competitive and lose a bunch.
Y'all know why they why they signed him, right?
He was the only thing available.
Going back to these days for Jameis Winston, who fucks up Jameis Winston? Marcus Mariota.
Oregon.
Most embarrassing. Bro, I went to that fucking game, bro. I was embarrassed as shit, bro.
Those days are over.
Yeah. And then they get to the league, and the first start, they match up against each other. Their very first NFL career start. And y'all came down to Tampa and whooped the shit out of us. And like Marcus Mariota had like a perfect quarterback rating that game.
And the problem is going to be so much pressure on Drake London to be a really good player out the gate, and that's just not
Pitts is the number 1 target.
Like Cordell Patterson is going to fucking play running back, wide receiver, tight end, and offensive lineman. Like he's going to play every position, and then he'll go out there and play special teams as well. Like he's listen,
next year.
You want him in fantasy?
Next year,
go get him.
Next year, they'll have the return of Calvin Ridley, who unfortunately is suspended for the season because he likes to do a little FanDuel, a little DraftKings,
And that's not a guarantee.
He's underrated. He's underrated. I'll admit it.
He got out the year because he had his mental health issue. So that's not a guarantee either.
But if you can have London, Ridley, and Pitts with Patterson, That's a good core.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
That's a good core.
that defense is dog shit, bro.
Do they plan on scoring 45 points a game? Because if not,
Pump the brakes. You got like 2 years of Patterson left. Two years left because he's already he's in his 8th, 9th year already.
How old is Grady Jarrett?
1 second, I will let you know.
I think he's in his
because
late
that's like
20s.
that's all I can think of on defense besides AJ Terrell.
He's 29.
Right.
Okay, so they got AJ Terrell and they got Grady Jarrett. Like, what else they got on defense, man? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all got it. Like Deion Jones.
No, I was just talking about the offense.
Used to be good.
Talking about the offense.
Yeah, but like he said, like, are they going to score 45 points a game? Because they're going to need it. Is Young Ho Koo gonna
that's only 15. That's only 15 field goals. 45
and having Marcus Mariota at the helm, you're not gonna score that many points because he's not a down the field thrower. He's a methodical driver.
The clock is gonna keep running.
He's gonna milk 5-6 minutes off every drive that they even get a field goal on. Like,
listen to this stat.
Yeah,
he doesn't run out of bounds, does he, Marcus?
Sometimes
he doesn't like to run out of bounds, though, right?
Sometimes he does. He likes to throw the ball on top too.
Listen to this stat. Over the last 2 years, the Falcons are 4-12 at home. Yikes!
Alabama has won more games at home in Atlanta than Atlanta has.
Yes, that's that. That's that. Yo, that's crazy.
That's sad.
That's
sad as fuck, bro.
The Falcons are in for shitty.
Falcons are in a rebuild. They're in a rebuild.
Yeah,
and I understand why my boy could not come on here to talk Falcons.
Ryan, I got a question for you.
Okay.
So you got this new head coach, Dennis Allen, and I just want to know how you feel about this information, where the past 3 years he was a head coach in Oakland, his combined record is 8 wins and 28 losses. How do you feel about him as a new head coach?
I think he's clearly a defensive-minded coach. I think with keeping Pete Carmichael, the offense coordinator, has a lot to do with Sean Payton's success. I think he's a great offense coordinator. I think if Pete Carmichael, if he gives him, the reins to run the offense, and he kind of is a defensive-minded coach, I think he can be successful, especially with the roster that the Saints have. I think he inherited a very good situation for himself. I have faith in him, but I need to see it, But I do have faith in him.
A follow-up question is that a lot of people felt when Sean Payton first left that it was going to be kind of a temporary thing. Do you think that Sean Payton would come back to the Saints, particularly because he's been linked to the Cowboys how many times over the course of his career? Do you think maybe he's waiting for McCarthy? Waiting for McCarthy to get the boot and go there? Do you think like maybe he might return to the Saints?
I don't see a return happening. I would bet if the Cowboys, if the planets don't align and the Cowboys somehow win the Super Bowl, I think that's the only way. I
think the Miami Hurricanes have a better chance of winning the BCS championship than the Cowboys do.
Right. What are you, I think that's the only way Jerry Jones keeps McCarthy. I think he'll pay Sean Payton anything he wants to be there, and I think he'll be in Dallas next year.
I got the perfect job for Sean Payton. Because I think this coach, after he fucks it up again this year, is probably going to get fired. And that's the Chargers' job. With Justin Herbert, Sean Payton.
That might be nice.
I think they're going to need him. And I think it's in sunny, beautiful LA on the West Coast.
Think of that.
I think Sean Payton.
I want that to happen now because fuck the Rams, and I want the LA Chargers to take over LA and have the Rams cry.
I love how the Rams go out of their way I love how the Rams go out of their way every single time they get a chance to remind the Chargers that really it's their stadium. They just do it every time.
And then the 49ers come into town and remind everybody it's a 49er stadium.
So true. Kev, can I ask you something real quick, Kev? If there's a player on the Panthers that you say, here, I want you to watch out for this guy this year. It could be on either side of the ball, offense or defense. There's not a lot of people that know about Carolina football. Who would that be and why?
I really think it's J.C. Horn. He was injured last year. He played phenomenal, man. I think our defense is going to be really good. But, yeah, if he can stay healthy, he did a lot better than I thought he would,
What position does J.C. Horn play for the people that don't know?
I think he plays corner.
Yeah, he's a cornerback.
Yep.
And who's he related to, Ryan?
Chin too, right?
This who?
What's that?
No, I'm saying
Is he related to anybody?
Who's that?
Another one.
JC
I know
Horn.
he's a South Carolina player.
Yeah,
that's why I like him. Yeah.
As dreamy as that LA Chargers job is, I think the writing seems to be on the wall that Dallas is going to be that spot once McCarthy fucks up again.
Right. Right.
I
I think Dallas or Miami. I really do.
Do you know how Dallas ends up becoming a really good team? Like I got the blueprint for them, and it's something that Dallas fans don't want to hear.
They got to leave Dallas.
Nah. It's Tony Pollard's the better back right now than Zeke.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of them
they gotta embrace that. They gotta embrace that.
If you've seen some tape, like Zeke is putting in that work. Zeke is hearing that shit. Zeke is hearing it. Zeke is putting in that work. He gonna try to shy him away a little bit because he knows he's on his.
Because I don't even have him as a top 10 back right now.
Yeah, he's on his ass for that job. Like he's literally like, here, you one fumble, it's my job.
Running backs don't get better as they age, so show me.
Tough one,
Yeah, true, absolutely.
Can we
But this
go
ain't
around
about
to
the fucking NFC East? Fuck them.
Yeah.
It's about you boys tonight.
Yeah. Can we go around to Kevin, Ryan, and Salty? And can you guys just give away your win-loss records for everyone in the division? How you have it lining up this year? I'll start with you, Salty.
Oh, the honor is all mine. No, so obviously the Bucs, I got them 13-4, 5-1 NFC South. Saints, I got 10-7, 4-2 in the NFC South. I could go up to 11-6. I can see it. There's a couple of games on your schedule that I can see going either way. Let's see. I got us splitting in the division, but I mean, y'all could very well beat us for a third year in a row, winning both games. For whatever reason, we can't beat you in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, we know what happens. Falcons, I got 4-13. That team is the worst fucking team that's not named Houston Texans. Going 1-5 in the NFC South. They'll probably split with Carolina. Panthers, I got you 7-10, 2-4 in the NFC South. Interesting thing though on this division is the Saints and Falcons both had the same bye week, and then they play each other week 15. So coming off the bye, they both play each other. So that game can go either way. I mean, depending how they prepare during the bye week. So
that's their Super Bowl too. That's going to be their Super Bowl.
I don't even know why the fuck y'all care about the Falcons. They're so garbage right now.
Yeah. And you see the crazy part, and I think everybody on the Saints that's on the Saints at a lower point right now is because of all the question marks. And I think if all of them questions are answered in a positive way, they could easily turn that 6-win prediction of mine into 9 or 10. They gotta be.
You said the Saints will get 6 wins?
I said they'll guys because they got too many questions. I still don't think Michael Thomas is playing at all this year. I don't think they're playing it. I don't think they're playing at all.
Hot take. Put that motherfucker down, man. That shit's scorching.
They got so many questions, man. And if they can answer them and they get that ship right, man, they could surprise a lot of people.
Finish up your records, Salty.
No, that's it. That's what I got. Okay. I mean, Matt Rule's getting fired somewhere between weeks 4 and 9. So, and then whoever steps in, they'll win 3 more games after that. So,
Kevin, do you have win-loss records for the division?
Man, I'm kind of split. Bucs and Saints, man, they're 2 really good teams. I think they'll be on top for sure. It's a toss-up between 11 and 12 game wins. Panthers, I see us going 5-12, but of course Falcons probably. I agree with you guys, man. 4 and I forgot what you guys said. 4-11.
4-13.
4-13.
Okay, yeah.
Kevin,
yeah,
gun to your head. Gun to your head.
Oh,
Bucs or Saints? Who's winning the division? Gun to your head.
I think the Bucs. I think they got a lot of weapons. Yeah, but Tom Brady he's a little up there in age. That's the only thing I'm holding on to.
That's the funniest part about this division right now is we may not beat the Saints, but we're going to beat everybody else and still win the division.
Yeah.
And Ryan, what are your win-loss records for the division?
I'm thinking about 11-6 for the Bucks. I'm thinking 10-7 for the Saints. I'm thinking 3-14 for the Falcons. And yeah, they're
duking it out for that first pick.
Yeah.
It might not even be that. They're so bad on
Who gets
defense.
CJ Stroud?
What about the
their
Panthers?
defense is bad. Yeah.
What about the Panthers?
I'm
They're
gonna say
tricky,
5.
right? They're tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Six
a
It
to
little
all
seven.
depends on
6 to
CMC.
I see them. I see them 4 games at the worst that they'll win, and 7 games at the best that they'll win.
I'm
I think
saying
I'm just
like a
keeping my expectations
5-game
low.
win.
Yeah. I hope we have a good
Guys,
5 or 6 games.
I will say, all right, Kevin, I'm gonna get you a little excited right here. All right, I'm gonna give you a little something, to give you a glimmer of hope. All right, who was the cool?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
All right, who was the quarterback he was compared to coming out of college?
Baker Mayfield? Oh man, no, I don't remember. Because he was great in college.
See, it's funny you knew who I was talking about because you didn't say Darnold. Anyways,
Yeah.
we all know who's gonna start.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
He was compared to Drew Brees, right? Drew Brees, how did that work out in San Diego, right?
Was he? Because
He
I figured
wasn't
Baker
terrible.
Mayfield was more of a runner than Drew Brees.
Well, it was the stature thing, like the being
Okay.
so short and everything, all that.
Oh
Yeah. So he starts. Drew Brees starts out in San Diego, and everybody's like, I don't know, man. Maybe he'll be a starter long term, whatever. Has that shoulder injury. Goes to a new team, has a great career. Hall of
Yeah,
Fame career.
we'll see. I mean, especially since
So-
we faced the Browns week 1, that's what's going to be.
I don't believe in any of that bullshit I just said, but I'm trying to
Oh,
I'm trying to get you excited.
I'm keeping my expectations low in case they surprise me, man. It'd be a good year if that happens, but yeah, I don't have high hopes.
I think it would be so sad if Baker fucks this team up because that team got so much weapons around it. That team's got a hell of a cast, man.
Yeah, but so did the Browns. So that's what gets me is they had so many, and that defense was so good too.
People need to give DJ Moore his motherfucking flowers because DJ Moore is a motherfucking dog. Like he's a dog.
He resigned.
Like, if he was on any other team, he would be a top 5 receiver in everybody's mind.
I think Terrace Marshall is going to have a good year for the Panthers.
Oh yeah, he's really. I'm looking forward to him.
He better.
Shai Smith too. Well, he's further down the depth chart, but I think he's really good as well.
Who's that?
They also had a good draft, so.
Who's that tackle you took? Derek Brown?
Ekonwu? Is that his name? I forgot how you say it.
Oh yeah, Ekonwu.
No, not the defensive tackle. A couple years ago, it was Derek Brown, right?
Was it? I think so. Let me look.
It is. I don't follow the Panthers that much.
Yeah, it was.
Derek
Yeah.
Brown.
Yep.
Derek Brown.
Like, is he coming along? Because I remember when he was coming out of college, he was supposed to be pretty fucking good.
Oh, I haven't followed him. No, I have no idea. Yeah. I don't really follow.
But JC Horn, bro,
offensive
JC
defensive
Horn
line.
and Chin, that's your
Yep.
future right there, bro.
Yeah,
Build around
right,
that
yeah.
shit. Oh,
Yeah, I can't wait for
how
that.
the fuck have we not mentioned my boy from Florida State University, Brian Burns?
Oh yeah.
That boy got the dog in him.
Yep. He's gonna be nasty, and then also
He's gonna have to do more this
we
year.
have that that linebacker. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Man, I love him too. He was good. I was surprised. He worked with I'm blanking on these names. Man, who was it?
Give me a couple hints.
Our linebacker. We drafted him like 2-3 years ago, and he played with
You still got
Martin?
Shaq, right? Shaq Thompson.
Yep, Shaq
They do
Thompson.
have Shaq
Yeah.
Thompson.
Yep,
Come on,
yep,
Martin.
That's what I was thinking
There
of.
you go.
Yeah.
He's decent.
I have a question.
He's getting a little older.
Yeah, but he's still a beast, man. I definitely believe in our defense. We've always
he's no
had a
scrub.
decent defense.
To quote Stephen A. Smith, he's no scrub.
What's your question?
Yeah, well, not to change the subject, this is a Falcons question, and then it reminded me because I know me and Cologne were kind of arguing during the draft about this. How do y'all feel about the Falcons taking Drake London first with all the holes they have on the team, especially on defense?
They needed it.
Yeah.
They needed it. They needed a
Yeah.
shot in the arm.
They who else is going to catch the ball besides Pitts?
Do you think it's kind of
all those Mike
a
Evans
way to sell
comparisons need to
tickets? Because I
stop.
know they've had problems with that lately, and then they're going to just unload and on this next year and get all kinds of defensive players, or
Yeah, I think the thing is that they know that they're going to get a high draft pick no matter what in first and second rounds, and that's what they're going to try to build a team around going forward. Especially when like this year, this year was a year for wide receivers and defensive talent, and so I think they just kind of flipped the coin and said, let's go with one or the other. But I mean, the Falcons have never really had that great of a defense to me, so I don't think I think it's just kind of par for the course. No matter who they have as the head coach, it's kind of par for the course that they're going to be taking offensive over defense.
And they were strapped financially. They have the largest. They have the
JJ,
largest dead cap in the league, $60 million in dead cap.
Damn.
God damn.
I feel like they knew.
Hey,
that
just wait till Brady retires, and then that's gonna flip.
What'd you say, Ryan?
I just feel like they knew that they weren't going to be able to address all the needs. You know, it's not possible in this year's draft, so they went ahead and got the receiver that they like.
I like Drake London.
That's the point.
Yeah,
that
I think he's going to be good. Don't get me wrong, I do.
They draft 1-2 guys on defense, and their defense still sucks.
Yeah,
like their defense is still not going to move any needles. It's not going to put any fear in any opponents. So why not try to get whoever you're going to bring in for the future, get him some weapons. And establish that offense, and then work on the defense on the back end if anybody even wants to go to Atlanta next year. But you got to supplement that.
That's the other thing. If you look at their draft, they used the first round pick on Drake London, but they had 2 second rounds and both of them were defense, and then they took Ritter in the third. So like they were trying to do what they could to get that offensive piece that they knew they needed. Yeah. And it's better to take somebody on offense when you have Pitts and you want to develop Pitts and you want to pair him with somebody and get him the kind of the what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like the gel, the experience of knowing, all right, this guy's breaking this way, I can break this way. Just that repertoire together, that
chemistry.
Rapport, that's what chemistry. Rapport, that's what. To get that in order to be able to build, because if you get a quarterback down the road, it's easier if your wide receiver and your tight end know each other and trust each other and will work with that quarterback.
You have to I didn't remember them taking 2 defensive players next. Actually,
they did.
Do you have in front of you what positions they were by any chance?
Yeah, they do. Defensive end and a linebacker.
Okay.
So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had 8 picks total, and they went offense on 4 and defense on 4. They took Drake London, then a defensive end, then a linebacker, then Ritter, then another linebacker, then Tyler Algier, running back, then guard, offensive line, and a tight end. So they tried to go defense where they could, but they are. It looks as though they're trying to build what they can for Desmond Ritter, and Mariota is just basically there to be whatever bridge he can be at this age.
JJ, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
JJ, because you could answer this because you know him from experience. How should Falcons fans feel about Arthur Smith as a head coach?
Nah. There's nothing to be excited. Honestly, there's nothing to be excited about. Like he was a mid-tier offensive coordinator at best. Like he wasn't. He's not a needle mover. He's not going to be somebody that injects something in the offense that we're going to be surprised with. And the guy that you got at quarterback, you got some familiarity with him. Cool, but that's not. Marcus Mariota is a great backup quarterback, but I don't think he's a starting quarterback. So it's just you ain't going to do nothing.
You think Ritter has a shot?
You're not
to beat him out?
Who?
You think Ritter's got a shot to beat him out?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. He's not going to be
throw Ritter out there.
Mariota is good enough to play. He's good enough.
You got to see him at some point this year. Yeah, you got to see what you have.
I mean, we're all predicting fucking 3-14 and 4-13.
Yeah, you got to see him eventually.
Yeah.
I say run with Mariota. Don't kill Ritter's confidence. Don't. I don't think they know that they're not really competing for the Super Bowl or playoff run.
You got a bad offensive line.
That comment hella racist.
No, we know him.
Yeah.
And then you stick him in that division, and you got to play 6 games against that division and those 3 defenses.
Yeah,
bro.
I wouldn't do it neither.
And the problem also is that if you look at the Falcons' schedule, there's really no place to just kind of randomly put in the kid. Because like if you wait until that Week 14 bye, coming out of it, you've got to face New Orleans. You're at Baltimore. You're home to Arizona, and then you're home to Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I mean, even if the Cardinals have another second half of the year collapse, it's still a series of pretty good teams that you're gonna have to play.
With
So
Mariota,
I ran over everybody's schedule and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, funny you said Baltimore. I have the entire division losing to Baltimore.
but at the same time, it's like
I actually might have them too.
But
That
at the, and again,
No, I had the Bucs beating
Mariota's not going to play his way out of the field. He's not going to play his way off the field. The only way he's going to play his way off the
I
field
also
is
have
if he gets
everybody
injured.
losing to
If
Cincinnati.
he gets injured. Like his injury is the only thing that's going to take him off the field like instantly, because he's going to play decent enough to stay on the field. He doesn't play himself out of games. Only injury is going to remove him.
Yeah, so I'm with you on Cincinnati. I have them all losing to Cincinnati, and I have all of them losing to Baltimore except for the Bucs. I have the Bucs beating Baltimore.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
That's going to be a hard game.
Everybody's got to play AFC North this year. That's kind of a strong division, so that could really fuck up anybody.
Yeah, but
I mean, because like honestly, like Pittsburgh, I'm not expecting much, but Kenny Pickett could get hot.
I mean, with the Pittsburgh defense, they just need to
exactly. TJ Watt.
Yeah, I'm worried about Baltimore.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a fun question for our NFC South division guys. Besides, obviously, like outside of division, what is the matchup that you guys are most looking forward to, and or you think is going to be the most difficult?
Eagles versus Saints, because Jalen Hurts owns the Saints.
Don't
he
speak
does.
for him.
He has the game of his life every time he plays us.
Hey, but you know what? Daniel Jones does the same shit to the Bucs, so like I don't even know.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
Shit's just wacky sometimes.
I mean,
Sure, I
as far
actually
as the
think it's our
question goes,
week one game.
I'm
Yeah,
an
against the Browns.
fan.
Kevin, you're picking the Browns.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
excited about
that's
that.
right off the bat. That
Who
Baker
gets the
Mayfield
Browns
revenge
when
game.
Who gets the Browns when they have Deshaun Watson starting?
Yo, if Deshaun
Hopefully nobody.
Yeah,
hopefully nobody. But like that's the key question: is whichever teams get to face the Browns without Deshaun Watson starting.
Yeah, so the only, I mean, if Watson serves like a big suspension, then it'll be the Buccaneers and the Saints. So yeah, the two really competitive because the Panthers play Cleveland right off the bat, and then the Falcons play Cleveland week 4. So
we play Cleveland week 12. So
yeah, you guys play 12.
We might
and then
face
the
Watson.
The Saints are week 16. So the Saints have the best chance of having to face Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson this year.
He's had a year off, so I mean,
Little
I don't know how
rusty.
shaky he's
I
gonna
mean,
be.
let's
Maybe he just
let's
needs a
not
massage.
let's not overlook them though. Cleveland can't fuck
be,
up
but-
anybody with that run game, but the Saints and Bucks are both strong versus the run. So
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we are going to move into our news segment where we're going to be covering all the breaking news. So if you guys would like to join us for that, feel free. If you have other things you guys need to get done, don't worry about it. We are fine with you taking off.
Yeah. Who's staying?
Yeah,
Who's
okay.
staying? Who's going?
I'll go ahead and go. Yeah, I appreciate the time with you guys.
Look like Ryan is
Absolutely.
in the
I'll
hot
kick
seat in
it.
his house.
I'll kick it, man.
Right.
He's moving.
Thank you, Kevin, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kevin.
it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
We'll have to have you
guys.
on during the season.
Oh yeah. All right, later.
Early, preferably.
Good chat, brother.
Good luck. Enjoy the Baker experience.
Oh hell yeah.
Before the
I
Panthers,
just gotta figure out how to get out of this chat now.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave.
All right. Well, guys,
I feel bad for him though, man. He's got to go through a whole season of Baker Mayfield. And if that don't
better
work
than
out,
Sam
he's got to go
Darnold.
through a whole season of Sam Darnold.
At least the
Again.
commercials will be good. At least his progressive commercials will
Hey,
be
and at
good.
least they might start 1-0.
That's true.
No, actually,
Yeah,
actually,
true.
this is the crazy shit. I actually have the Panthers starting 3-0.
Again, they did
I
that
have the
last year.
Panthers. I have the Panthers 2-1.
I have the Panthers
that
starting
last year.
3-0. They'll beat Cleveland because Deshaun Watson is like almost assuredly not playing week 1.
Absolutely.
And also Baker Mayfield wants to stick it to the Browns. So like, I mean, motivation.
That's gonna be the best game of his life.
Yeah, bro.
So, will he be
he's gonna do to them what he did to the Jets that very first start he made.
Oh, thank you. I'm dying to remember that.
Then they got to go up to play the New Jersey Giants and beat the shit out of them. And then
probably.
And then I mean, I'm gonna remind my boy Houdat that Jameis plays like shit in Charlotte. Trust me, I watched it for 5 years.
Well, he likes the clubs out there?
I don't know what it is, man. Every time he goes up to Charlotte, man, he just shits the bed, bro. And
hanging out there. I don't know.
So I have
crab legs out there.
I have Carolina winning the first 2
trying to
games.
impress the queen. He's trying to impress the queen too much, you know.
Like the crab legs out there, probably. I don't know.
Bro, man, that joke is like 8 years old. Like, come on, let it go, man.
Never get old.
Let it go.
Toy Morgan says Jameis plays like shit everywhere.
Until he gets that 1 week where he throws 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, 450 yards, and like 3 interceptions.
And you're like, oh shit, that's the motherfucker that went number 1.
You know what I used to call his ass? I used to call his ass Black Favre. That's what he is. He's Black Favre.
I like that. I do like that. So
some weeks he's Black Eli, and some weeks he's Black Favre.
So our top news story last week was the huge contract extension that the Arizona Cardinals signed Kyler Murray to. Since that signature, since they signed on the dotted line, we found out that the Arizona Cardinals put in a clause that he would have to have at least 4 hours of independent game film study every single game week, with the exception of bye weeks. And suffice to say, Kyler was none too pleased with that news coming out, and he has released a bunch of different statements talking about it. A lot of it dealing with his height, which doesn't seem relevant to whether or not you study. But he did talk about how he does do his own, way of studying. He has his method and his means, but it's not always what the team wants. Yeah. And Kyler's studying. We figured this might be what it looks like when he is doing the studying. However, if you guys remember, part of the reason why he got this contract is because he deleted all the Cardinal stuff off of Instagram. He and his agent crafted that long statement. He basically was whining like a child, and just like sometimes children get rewarded, he got rewarded with the contract, and now he has gotten rewarded again because Kyler Murray's independent study clause has been removed from the contract.
They shouldn't have done that. I think it was bullshit to put it in the first place. I'm gonna stand on that. But I need the Cardinals to stand on their shit too. Like, you put it in there. He signed the contract. Yeah. Like, this is the thing that nobody's remembering. He signed the contract. That means that motherfucker didn't read that shit. Or his representation.
That a shitty agent, bro.
Yeah, shitty ass. That's the thing that's going under the radar that nobody's talking about. Is they signed this shit. It's in there. They signed it together. They signed that shit. And now the Cardinals got to take it out. No, if you really felt like he needed to study, stand on that shit, bro. Put your foot down and say, yeah, we honestly thought he was lacking a little bit.
That's what you got.
It's a little ridiculous because this is it's a competitive game. There's only 32 people who can play this at the level that it needs to be played any given year. And yeah, we have backups and things like that, but they rely on these quarterbacks to do their jobs. And part of that job, part of making $230 million with 160 guaranteed, is studying the fucking film and working with your coaches and allowing them to help you. And I'm a Peyton Manning guy. Salty Buccaneers, you are a Tom Brady guy. I'm sure we've all had.
No, I actually hated his ass before he came to Tampa.
Well, yeah, but now he's there, so he's your favorite.
Now, hey, bro, I never saw myself wearing his jersey, but
there you go. There you go.
Win me a Super Bowl, and I will love you forever.
But
and you got that official too. You got that authentic.
Yeah,
but you know those kind of quarterbacks,
with
the Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Burrows, all of these quarterbacks who have had great success, the Matt Staffords, all of them. It's not a question of it's got to be put into a contract. They're doing it because that's what you're supposed to do. And I don't know, man. It's just it doesn't sit right with me that they
work, bro.
Why would you remove that? You put it in there because you knew he needed to work on it. Now he's gonna whine and complain, and you're just gonna pull it. I don't know. It's this actually worries me more because we were talking about it last week, and I was saying that the contract worried me because of the amount of money and the number of years, how it's going to handicap the team. Them pulling that clause out of it actually worries me more because it's telling me that like you're just giving into this guy no matter what like he's complaining about or anything like that. And if he doesn't get the job done, you're going to be stuck with him for a number of years. JJ, would you like to tell me I'm wrong again?
No, you're absolutely right. Actually, on this one, this is the dumbest shit ever, because you had agents, you had the player, he signed on the dotted line, and this is what comes with the dotted line. And dude, 4 hours a week, we're talking about 30 minutes a fucking day. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah,
30 minutes a fucking day, bro. Like, why is this even a big deal? Like, if they know that that's an opportunity, they paid your ass $231 million fucking dollars, bro. Like, fucking pick up the fucking playbook and fucking pick up the tablet and fucking scroll through shit for 30 minutes a day. like, why is this even an issue? Like,
they're giving you those Microsoft Surface tablets.
I'm gonna say, Toy Morgan, this man just hit it on the head, man. About this is what I was thinking too. It starts a slippery slope, man. Now you're gonna see a lot of players get shit taken out of their contract that they signed, bro. Like, you signed
the only reason that shit got removed is because it made ESPN, it made First Take, it made Get Up, it made the fucking headlines on the fucking on the TV shows. It's the only reason why the shit got removed. So what if this a bad fucking headline? He signed the fucking contract. It's a $231 million contract with $160 million guaranteed. Like, dude, get in the fucking playbook. Get in the fucking book.
I didn't watch, but I know what ESPN tries to do, and I bet they put it on there like is this stipulation in Josh Allen's contract? Why is it in Kyler Murray's? I bet
you don't hear about it in other quarterbacks' contracts at all.
I bet they did that shit.
It's what the team knows about the player, and they threw that in there so he can fucking oblige to the shit. And just get your fucking bread and read a playbook. Like,
honestly, if I'm Kyler, I'm firing my agent right now.
He should have fired his agent back when they released that bullshit ass statement.
One, you told me to sign this shit, and two, somehow this shit got leaked. How did this shit get leaked? Is my question.
Who leaked this?
All shit. His whole representation is shit.
Unless curveball Kyler put it out there.
Now, what I'm saying is that just because I'm a Kyler Murray fan doesn't mean I'm fucking not gonna call a spade, bro. You signed the shit. That's like if we sign a fat contract ourselves and we're like, oh shit, you know what we got to do? We got to go and pick up a book and read the shit for 30 minutes a day. I'm gonna read that motherfucking book for 45 minutes a day. I'm gonna read the shit for an hour a day, bro. Like this is asinine that this is even a story. Like, and the fact that they want that, if all the people, if you watch these shows, because I actually watched a lot of this shit, like the day of this shit getting published, everybody took Kyler's side, and it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, these dudes are multi-millionaires.
This is what
I meant. This is what I meant
most of the teams, the NFC South, since that was the subject tonight. I got the teams that were playing the Cardinals late in the year. I got them beating the Cardinals because
this is
track record. We've seen Kyler Murray collapse at the end of the year.
This is what I meant last week, where I was like, if anything goes wrong, you are tied to this person for 5 years. That was my concern. And it was just like, this is somebody who was whined like a child, and you rewarded him, and now he's doing it again, and then you rewarded him again. This does not bode well for the Arizona Cardinals. And you know the best part is, Salty Buck, since we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals and they're kind of infamous now, second half collapse. Usually they're really fucking good in the first half, but this year
under Kyler.
But this year they're gonna
Carson.
This year they are gonna be without DeAndre Hopkins for those first 6 games.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got suspended.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
So this is now the amount of pressure that is going to be on Kyler Murray. This is the amount of pressure that's going to be on this dude because he's going to have to win without DeAndre Hopkins for those first 6 games, and then they have to avoid this collapse that they keep having in the back half. It's
especially
not good for him.
He just lost the. Didn't you guys hear about this? The fantastic wide receiver that Christian Kirk is. he doesn't have him anymore.
Well, he got his old college. college.
It's crazy. Christian Kirk is getting paid more than Chris Godwin, and Chris Godwin re-signed.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Jacksonville had the money. They were like, "Fuck it."
Bad agents. My man puts up 1,100 yards in a team that fucking has Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, and Leonard Fournette. He puts up 1,100 yards in here. This is what you get. You get pennies.
Well, I mean, I think one thing that's really good about players like Tom Brady is they encourage people around them to take team-friendly deals. And I feel as though he was going to Godwin saying, we're going to run it back. You know, we are going to win, whether it's this year, next year, we're going to get into the Super Bowl. You take a team-friendly deal that helps our chances to get the Super Bowl.
But
and I feel like
it helps when you,
because Tom Brady's already paid. Tom Brady's well off. He's rich as fuck right now.
Oh yeah,
Chris Godwin ain't rich as Chris. I mean, he's richer than us, obviously, because we fucking got on top. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta strike that big deal, man. You only get one of these fat contracts in your career,
especially wide receivers, receivers.
But we, oh my God, I can't describe how much we love Chris Godwin. Like, this franchise,
you didn't love him that much.
We love Chris Godwin. Bro, when he was franchise tag, that little window right there where they were like, "Are we gonna franchise tag Carlton Davis?"
How long was the deal for Chris Godwin? How long was the deal?
It's 3 years.
So he could get another one. He can get another one.
Yeah, he can get another. He's gonna get another one before he's 30.
28?
And there's another guy in the news who might get another one who just resigned today.
Oh,
yes.
DK Metcalf. Yeah.
So
he signed an extension.
Let's talk about DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf just signed a new deal with the Seattle Seahawks. It is a 3-year, $72 million extension, including $58.2 million in guarantees and a $30 million signing bonus, the highest ever for a wide receiver. It brings a quick end to his 2-day kind of lockout that he was going for. And it's kind of crazy because he had 1 year under his contract left, and it was $4 million under his rookie contract. But now he is getting paid. Unfortunately, he's going to be getting Drew Lock, or it looks like Geno Smith.
No,
throwing,
exactly.
Throwing footballs to him.
And that's why it's brilliant. That's why it's brilliant, because he's going to have a down year.
He's going to have a down year.
At quarterback.
Yeah.
So
he said the Debo market. He said the Debo market today.
Yes, he did.
So Debo's going to get slightly more than DK.
Yeah.
Debo's got to do it one more time. He's got to do it one more time.
Yeah, and for DK Metcalf,
one banger ain't enough.
Like for what we're talking about with the contracts, he's 24, signing a 3-year contract. He will be able to get one more contract, more than likely when he's 27, 28. That should hopefully take care of him and his family for the rest of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they can eat off that.
Even what he signed today, that's going to take care of his family for the rest of the time. Like,
well, for sure, but
let's be real. Like, it's just how greedy do you want to get? I mean, get every penny. I encourage it. Get every penny you can. But like,
I mean, and there's not really
he's going to live off that. His children's children are going to live off that shit.
One thing that's nice about it for Seattle is they could afford to spend the money because they don't have that many star players that they really need to pay for, particularly on that offense. I mean, Tyler Lockett is 30 years old and is probably, I don't know how many more years he really has left in the league.
I really want to see.
He's got a couple years left. Yeah,
Lockett is somebody. I want to see Lockett go to a contender. Like
they got that new running back on a rookie deal, and that also adds in something else we got to talk about.
Which one? They draft like 5 running backs every year.
And that's Chris Carson, who a couple days ago he announced his retirement from football after 5 seasons from a neck injury he sustained in 2021. The Seahawks waived him with a failed physical designation, which allows him to receive money under injury protection under the CBA. So good guy Seahawks for doing that as opposed to just releasing him or saying that
it's sad to see him
not
go.
able. Yeah, and I think like this
he
is
was a good running back. He was a good running back.
That was literally outside of my Titans. That was my favorite running back to watch.
This is a great kind of both of these pieces of news to me is a great kind of snapshot of the ending of the Russell Wilson time in Seattle, because they really tried to have a run game so bad. But Carson had some issues when it came to staying on the field, whether it was leaving games early, whether it was actually being out for games, just being banged up, being in games, but not able to produce the way they wanted to. And they turned to having to have Russell just chuck that ball up. And he was lucky because he had Lockett and Metcalf there, but it just could not work out as a sustainable thing.
Didn't Penny have 3 games of 200 yards like towards the end of the season?
Yeah,
he was one of the best backs in the league.
Yeah.
But damn,
I mean that's as long as Pete Carroll is there, that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to run the ball.
Yeah, that's what comes with playing with that style that Chris Carson played, because Chris Carson didn't give a shit if he ran into 3 guys, 4 guys.
He was Diet Marshawn.
Battering ram. He was a battering ram.
He ran like Diet Marshawn.
Yeah,
but without the prestige, obviously Marshawn was a lot better. But like,
and the last news that we want to talk about that is team GM oriented and team building oriented is, of course, how could we not talk about this one? The Vikings GM in an interview a couple days ago was talking about what it takes to win Super Bowls and quarterbacks and whatnot. And he says, we don't have Tom Brady. We don't have Pat Mahomes. The Super Bowl is more likely to win if you have that quarterback. It's very unlikely if you don't have that quarterback. And of course, he's talking about Kirk Cousins, the current quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. For how long, we don't know. Kirk Cousins, especially because, I mean, it's crazy. He's making these comments after they just did an extension with Cousins to keep him there for another year. But when they asked Cousins when they asked Cousins in training camp, Cousins just said, I haven't given it much thought with training camp being so busy and consuming so much of my time. I'm not too concerned about it. Do you guys think that Cousins is lying out of his ass? Because I think he is.
Absolutely.
You gotta take that personal, man. It's like, what?
I think that's why he did it. I think that's why he said it. Because I feel like they're trying to light a fire under his ass.
You don't do that publicly to fire your guy up.
No, I think he fucked up. I think he fucked up.
You like that Kirk Cousins to come back. You want that fire guy to come back.
You like that? You like that?
Romeo, that is a clip I think we're gonna need to have.
Yeah, I gotta get that. You're right.
That's a great one.
You want that guy back. You want to see that guy take that Vikings offense to the next step. And they've plateaued a little bit. Like, honestly, like past couple years, like we see the Vikings, they win a couple games, they beat the Packers for whatever reason. They split with the Packers every year. So like it's there. Like, are they gonna step up? Are they gonna become a playoff team? It's just down the stretch. It's like the Cardinals, they collapsed towards the end of the year.
The Vikings
very
were
inconsistent unless they're playing the Saints.
Yeah.
And we love them for it. We love them for it.
The Vikings are a team that I've had like kind of near and dear to my heart because one, I really did kind of like Mike Zimmer as a coach. But you know, as JJ was saying, Chris Carson was his favorite running back to watch, not on the Titans. Mine was always and has been Dalvin Cook. I mean, at least when he can stay on the field. But then Madison's just like, oh, it's fine. I can do this too. But they are, you know, to your point, Salty Buck, they are a team that just has never been able to seem to get over the hump. Never able to seem to get over the hump. There's always something that just screws them over, and they're not able to get the job done. And maybe, you know, you guys might be right that this is a way to light a fire under Kirk Cousins' ass. This is a first time head coach that they have. This is kind of a very important year because, you know, more and more the NFC North is seeming like it is a little bit wider open than it has been in the past. The Packers no longer have Devontae Adams. The Bears look like they could maybe not be good, but they could be a little frisky here and there for a couple games. the Vikings have the ability to really do some damage, and maybe this is really what it needs. So I don't believe Kirk Cousins for a second when he says he isn't concerned about it.
Fact, Joe. You don't. You can't do that. You can't. I'm sorry. Like, then change quarterbacks. Change quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, just get rid of the guy. If you're gonna come out and make a statement like that when you got a guy at the helm and you got a guy that you just paid money to, and you're gonna name drop other quarterbacks, that's a fucked up way to run business, Joe. It's like literally like
StatKing.
I'm running my shop.
What's
here.
Cousins'
Like,
contract?
That's
I
actually.
don't got a Romeo running the store. I don't got a Romeo running shop. So you ain't gonna get to that level. It's like it's a slap in the face.
Your own people.
And here's why it's crazy.
They did disrespect white Dak Prescott a little bit. So
and here's what's crazy about it is that like this year his cap hit is $31 million, but it was going to be the end of the contract. They restructured it and had him sign a 1 year extension. A 1 year extension, and that 1 year is going to be $35 million with a $25 million signing bonus, $35 million guaranteed. So it's 100% guaranteed $35 million for next year.
Again.
How do you sign? How do you like?
You need to fucking hire his agent.
For Kirk Cousins,
he got the best people in the business, yo. He the OG of this fully guaranteed shit.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be 2023. Kirk Cousins is going to be 35 years old.
Hey,
you
like
that? You like that?
There you go.
Hey, can we all agree that the one game we want to see done by like anybody in the booth is we want to see Robert Griffin III call a Vikings game? Like that shit's funny. That shit's funny.
It's got to be said the crazy amount of money that Kirk Cousins has made over the course of his career over 10 years. It's $151 million.
That's baseball money.
That's insane.
That's insane. I think he's well off.
Yeah.
But that's also like the like 10th to last player on the baseball team money.
Bro, we talking about Kirk Cousins right now, bro.
Yeah.
We're talking about Kirk Cousins. That motherfucker
Can we pivot on the division a little bit? What are honest expectations about the Detroit Lions this year? Because I don't think they were that bad last year.
They were very competitive. They were so competitive in so many games.
So the way I feel about the Detroit Lions is I've never felt as though Jared Goff was like a horrible quarterback. I felt as though he did get really overhyped, especially during that Super Bowl run. But I think
Todd Gurley's run.
Yes, because it was Todd Gurley for sure. But I feel as though he is absolutely the bridge. My problem is I don't know who they're trying to bridge to, and there is a lot
on the roster yet.
Yeah, there is a lot of talk about how they didn't pick up a QB this season because they're going to be looking at next year.
If you ask Mike Florio, it's probably Tom Brady. He's looking everywhere apparently.
Listen, man, you guys were this close to losing him to Miami. All right, close.
I don't believe that shit for a second.
But yeah, I think
all that shit was during before they got Tyreek Hill. That was all before that.
He could be joining Sean Payton over there. That would be interesting.
But yeah, I think the Lions are in the beginning stages of what's going to be a really long rebuild. And the problem with a long rebuild is that any mistake along the way, any misstep, and it just blows the whole thing up. So I think there'll be a little bit of a challenge for a couple teams in the division because division games are hard, but I can't see them doing that much better than what they did this year.
The Lions is they can't win a road game to save their life. Like they just can't. They can't pack the bags. They don't bring a fan base with them, so they're literally at a disadvantage every time they play on the road, and they just can't win road games.
We're also at a time, a point in time in the NFL where we have never seen this many competent quarterbacks in the league at one time. Like right now,
athletic ones too.
And athletic ones. But we're seeing a lot of bare minimum guys that can win you at least 6-7 games. So, like, there's gonna be free agents. There's gonna be guys they can trade for, and every year it seems like now we're getting like it's no longer like every quarterback class there's one guy. Now it seems like there's like 2-3 guys every quarterback class.
They do. I'm looking at their schedule.
Look at last
right
year.
now.
There's all that optimism on Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. There's all that optimism. That's like 3-4 fucking guys out of that class last year that could be starters long term.
Yeah, and we want to talk about trying to build the draft, and we were talking about the Falcons and drafting defense. The Lions have had pretty bad defense over the years, and out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of 8 picks, almost everything went to the defense. Defensive end, then a wide receiver, defensive end, free safety, tight end, linebacker, cornerback.
They needed it.
The
offense wasn't bad. The offense
they are
wasn't bad.
doing
It was the
everything
defense.
they can
The defense
to try to get a defense and get these guys together when they're young, let them build that chemistry and go from there. The question is just going to be
Swift is slept on a little bit.
I just want to know. I just want to know who they're going to be able to get at the quarterback, because if we're projecting like the Falcons to be that low, then there's going to be a lot of competition for that number 1 pick, and next year's draft class is supposed to be pretty QB heavy.
Keep in mind,
do they need another quarterback? That's the question. If you improve the defense and you build it like the Rams had it a couple years ago with Goff, do you need another quarterback? Because he might be just good enough to get there.
Yeah, because keep in mind, because you got DJ Chark coming into that team. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got the fucking hell of a backfield with
DeAndre JMO too.
So then the question to me
next year. This is next year probably. Yeah. Jameson Williams hits that field. There's gonna be problems for them fucking teams in that division to handle. He probably ain't gonna make an impact this year because he's still recovering from injury. But that following year, and with TJ Hawkinson too, like that team could be.
I can't wait to watch the Packers fans cry.
So to me, the question then is going to be, you guys are comparing them to the Rams build and the Rams run. Do you guys think that Dan Campbell is on the same level as Sean McVay?
No, absolutely.
Fuck no.
Absolutely not.
And I mean,
he's a good rah-rah guy. He's a good rah-rah guy.
There's a reason they made the trade.
He's a good crier.
Yeah.
What, you gonna cry?
No.
No, go ahead, cry. Let me see you. Let me see you cry.
Cry with the best of them.
But guys, let's keep it in division for our last news hit of the week, and that is, of course, Aaron Rodgers being a little salty, being a little upset, talking about crying when his old wide receiver Devontae Adams goes to Las Vegas Raiders, and man, he's got some things to say when it comes to a press conference with some news report.
Rodgers fan.
He's saying when you go from one Hall of Fame quarterback to another Hall of Fame quarterback, it's not bad at all. And Rodgers took that a little bit personally, considering Derek Carr has never won a playoff game. Rodgers can't win an NFC Championship game to save his life, but he can win some playoff games. That at least is for sure. And he was talking about Allen Lazard, and he said, when you go from one Hall of Fame wide receiver to another, and guys, if Kirk Cousins is definitely taking it seriously when his GM is talking shit about him, what do you guys think about Aaron Rodgers being a little in his feelings when it comes to his old favorite target talking a little bit of shit behind his back? Well, sort of behind his back.
I don't think it's him talking shit. I think it's just that's his boy going all the way back to college. Like, he's gonna hype him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Aaron Rodgers should take it personally. Like, just because they're basically like their family. Like, going all the way.
He's saying
back
all the right things for that fan base.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as egregious as Tyreek Hill calling Tua the most accurate quarterback.
That is egregious. That is egregious. That is irresponsible. That being said, I hope they get Lamar. I hope the Dolphins get Lamar. That'll be exciting.
when doesn't Aaron Rodgers have an issue?
Right.
When doesn't he have an issue? The fucking sky could come up and he'll be like, it's the wrong color.
He just seems like a miserable person.
This is why they don't win Super Bowls.
Get out of here with all of this.
Aaron Rodgers is concerned about all the wrong shit. This is why they.
It ain't never his fault when they don't win a fucking championship game to save his life. It ain't never his fault.
It's the defense's fault. It's they haven't drafted a first round pick.
Same offense that put up 10 points in the championship game. Same offense put up 10 points. They put up 10 points.
Yeah,
and mind you, they scored a touchdown on the first drive.
Wait, wasn't the
It's pretty bad when the California team beats you in the snow in Green Bay.
Yeah, Salty Buck. That's it was against Tom Brady with that when Brady threw those like 3 interceptions and Green Bay still couldn't get the job done.
All right, not just that, but so we give them 3 gifts, 3 interceptions that they get. They went 3 and out after every single one. That's on your quarterback, by the way. So, like, I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he gets absolved a little too easily because of everything he's done with the MVPs, one of them being one he didn't deserve last year. But that's just Aaron Rodgers is going to happen. Everybody loves Aaron Rodgers. Well, a lot of people don't, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny because, you know, for a while there he was blaming McCarthy. They got McCarthy out of there. They got the new head coach. Still can't get the job done. He wanted more control over the team. They were like, fine, well, you know, who do you want? He's like, I want superstar Randall Cobb. And they brought in Randall Cobb, and that didn't get the job done. And, man, it's just it's kind of funny to me because you go from a Hall of Fame talent
on free agents, though, bro.
But you go from a Hall of Fame talent. You go from a Hall of Fame talent in Brett Favre to a Hall of Fame talent in Aaron Rodgers, and you have 2 Super Bowls to show for it over like 30 years. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
And that's been my problem. He's great. Obviously, we all know how great he is. He's so fucking entitled. He's so fucking entitled. like he's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
ESPN can't talk about him enough because they're constantly on his dick.
Nobody rides his dick harder than the Pat McAfee show.
Oh yeah, he's there every week.
That's his boy.
He's there every week. They boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like stop it already. It's like every fucking thing he says now is gonna make news. Like he's gonna make news by what's he gonna compare next? He's gonna compare running backs next. He's gonna fucking what is he gonna do next? He's gonna spit on the ground and we're gonna talk about it. Like it's just
and that's the other thing.
I was over Aaron Rodgers when he did the Last Dance shit. When he posted that Last Dance shit with Devontae Adams, like they're gonna win, they're gonna go out on top. He's gonna retire that shit, and then he comes back and he signs like that ridiculous contract that's gonna kneecap that team.
That's gonna destroy the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's like, bro, if you're that fucking good of a quarterback, like you're gonna make money hand over fist in endorsements. Like take a little less on your contract so that the salary cap, your GM can actually like sign some good players, surround you with talent, maybe get a Julio Jones for $6 million.
And they ain't got $6 million. They ain't got that. They broke. They
couldn't even keep Z. What's his face? Zadarius.
White.
The D tackle. Like
yeah,
he gone now. He stayed in the division. He went to Minnesota.
Yeah.
He was 10th in passing yards last year.
Oof. Yeah, but somehow
has he ever addressed why his team didn't get to score 25 points in the championship game? Has he ever addressed why he failed his team and couldn't put points on the board because he's so great? He's so amazing. He's the best in the world, and he keeps failing every year.
Oh, don't you know he's the most talented quarterback to ever live?
That I've ever seen. He's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen from a talent perspective.
All I know is
I swear to God, I wish you had this Eminem clip from an interview where he's just like, "Shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up."
Listen,
I will get that.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna be able to find it, it's Romeo. But with Rodgers, as much as I'm just like looking for, kind of just expecting him to crash and burn in the playoffs, I live in Chicago. And I love watching Bears fans just get really, really sad every single time they got to play the Packers.
I feel bad for him a little bit. Like, I feel bad for him a little bit.
I still own you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they Bears just need to get over that. Like, they're gonna do what the Saints do when the Saints beat the Bucs in the regular season. They're gonna throw a Super Bowl party the day that they beat the Packers. Like,
we are not worried about y'all like that, like you think.
So stop celebrating, man. Stop celebrating regular season wins, man. If y'all don't think about us, stop throwing a fucking party in the locker room when you beat us.
It's like
we do that every game. Every
no,
game.
You don't. No, you stop capping, man. Stop capping, man.
It's like the Timberwolves when they won that play-in game.
Like, you got Jameis Winston dancing around on fucking crutches.
That was great.
I'm telling you,
that was great.
They have dance parties. I can send you a bunch of videos. Seriously.
Yo, Romeo, I sent you the clip just so you know.
Cool. I do have one more video to play. We did get a submission video from another Saints fan who gives his thoughts on the division this year. I want to play it for y'all guys.
What's up, fellas? It's Brandon here. We're going to talk about the NFC South real quick. We're going to start with the Saints. First and foremost, call your bookie. Write it down. Open up the Caesars app. Saints going to the playoffs. Quarterback stays healthy. Going to the playoffs. We got a top 2 defense. Michael Thomas back. Nothing more to say. We're going to the playoffs. Moving on. I mean, Saints probably win 12 games easy. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about the Saints. I mean, it's a given. Moving on, we'll go to the Panthers. They picked up a good tackle, first round. They got a good team, man. They just need to figure out the quarterback position. They can do that. They'll be a wild card team for sure. Definitely a wild card team. The Bucs. I mean, the Bucs are the Bucs, man. He's Tom Brady. Hopefully he declines this year. We get that old man age. They lost their center today, so that's something to watch. I think it was the ACL. Unconfirmed yet. But, I mean, the Bucs are good. They can't beat us in the regular season, but, I mean, they do pretty good. They're going to win 10 games, at least. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. Hopefully they dog shit this year. The Falcons, I mean, who wants to talk about the Falcons? They don't even have a quarterback. Dude was freaking working on a garbage truck last year. Marcus Mariota, thought he retired. Dude, I mean, come on. Let's go. I mean, the best player in the team's Pitts. I mean, I don't even want to talk about them no more. Wish I had more, but I only got 2 minutes. But, man, call your bookie. Saints going to the playoffs.
Salty Buccaneer, the floor is yours, sir.
First of all, can I just say we got to have Brandon on a future video when he has the time. That was great.
Nobody celebrates injuring other people's players better than the Saints do. As soon as he started talking shit about Ryan Jensen getting hurt, like, fuck that guy, fuck him for life. Bro, I hope they foreclose on his home, honestly. Like, wow. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up because, like, I would never do that shit.
No.
He didn't sound happy about the injury.
Cool,
he wasn't happy.
He was like,
he was talking about Brady.
They just lost their
Brady's
center.
like Brady's old man, you know. He was just reporting the news.
They just lost their center. Fuck you, bro.
You just sounded like an extremely biased Saints fan.
You sound like a salty Buccaneer.
Hey. Nah, but like, honestly, like, let's be real though. Like, I've seen a lot of fucked up Saints fans on the internet, like, that were celebrating when y'all put the helmet to Chris Godwin's knee last year, and like, that's just fucked up. We gotta put an end to that because, all right, I know Bucs fans do it too, and like, I'm just saying, like, we gotta call a Crips and Blood truce on that shit, man. Like stop celebrating.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree with that.
Stop
celebrating when players get hurt. Like, that's fucked up. Don't do it. It's unfortunate. Honestly, for me, I want to face y'all full health. I don't want anybody suspended. I don't want anybody hurt. I want to face you guys when you're at 100% of your roster, and I want to beat you. It's not going to happen in the regular season, but in the playoffs, it will.
Well, guys,
I love this. We got to do like a,
and then
Saints Bucks game watch.
At the end of the day,
sure,
just remember, we beat you in the playoffs.
We that.
Yeah, we got
awesome.
Yeah, week 2. They play each other week 2.
You know, that saying that he got fired up off that shit.
It's got to be like a primetime game, right? What did they play on primetime?
We haven't gotten
I'm sure it will
the
be
full schedule like that, but they also play each other week 13. So week 2 or week 13, we're gonna have some kind of
week 13 will be more meaningful.
Bro, that week 13 game is at 1:15 in the morning Eastern time.
Oh, because
that's right.
Fuck.
Just remember that. So enjoy your watch along because I'm going to
Wait, say that again? Say that again?
All right.
They're going to be in Germany, so their kickoff time, Eastern time, is going to be 1:15 in the morning.
The Germany game is against Seattle in
I think
England, yeah, it's not Bucks Saints.
Yes, it is. Saints Bucks, December 6th.
It is?
Saints Bucks, December 6th. 1:15 a.m. on ESPN.
1:15 p.m.
a.m.
p.m.
Right,
because
it's
I'm trying to look it up.
I gotta put on full screen.
I'm sure it's a typo. Yeah, it's a typo. Cause bro, like I got season tickets, and I got season tickets, and I'll be there. So
it says
you'll be in Germany.
I ain't gonna be there at 1:15 p.m. But I'll be there at 1:15 p.m.
Yeah, JJ, I think they're at Raymond James, man.
That's a typo.
They are.
ESPN's know to do typos.
Yeah.
I'm just reading off what I see off ESPN.
I hear you.
Adam Schefter probably made that schedule. So,
well, guys, it has been an absolute blast having you guys on here. We appreciate it.
Gotta have them on again.
Absolutely. We want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode of THH Sports, where we broke down the NFC South. Romeo, since I'm going off what you pick, which division would you like to talk about next, sir? We did AFC South last week. We did NFC South this week. What do you got for next week?
I want to go back to the AFC.
All right.
And I want to go AFC North.
Oh,
I want all those fuckers. Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, Browns. I want to go into that world.
Well, guys, there you have it. We'll be talking.
Hey,
about
let me know when you do the NFC East, though, man. I want to watch that shit because I want to see Romeo get excited for the Giants that are going to be dog shit.
I'm not. I'm done with the Giants. I'm done with the Giants. I am. It's only Jets here.
Oh my god! You picked the Jets over the Giants, bro.
Like a soft spot for the Bengals because of Joey B. Joe Burr.
Well, yeah, guys, thank you everybody for tuning in. Ryan, if you want people to follow you on social media, let them know where they can follow you. If you don't, feel free, but let's say you
Thank
don't.
y'all for having me, man. It was a blast.
He does not want people to follow him on social media. Salty Buccaneer, how about you?
Yeah, it's Salty Buck 91 on Twitter. That's where you'll find me. That's
a hell of a follow.
Yeah, I'll say some funny ass shit. I'll say some reckless shit. We'll have fun. We'll debate sports.
Talks Bucks, talks Yankees.
Yeah. I mean, hey, don't let too many people know that, man. You're gonna get my whole Tampa following to hate me, bro.
No.
Nah, man, but like,
damn Rays.
Nah, for real. I got a soft spot for the Rays, though. Like, that I've seen so many goddamn Rays games, like, because I live in Orlando, so I get out there. But yeah, at Salty Buck 91, give me a follow.
You're a Magic fan, right? Too.
I'm a diehard Magic fan. That is my number one team. But they're just the Orlando Tragic. But it's the Paulo Banchero era, so that shit's about to change.
And JJ,
NBA streams too.
Yeah, we will. JJ, where can the people follow you?
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy. JJ on the YouTube True Hill Heat Sports channel. I think I'll be here with the fellas pretty much every week for the rest until the football season starts. Schedule's pretty friendly on that end. And on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel on the wrestling end, you can catch me when I'm back on the True Hill Heat podcast with my boy SP3 and Miss Chrissy Love. Pop in randomly on watch-alongs or roundtables, reviews, whatever my schedule allows. So this was fun. Good chatting it up with the NFC North or
Wasn't
South.
So much fun.
South. NFC South. Listen. South. They're the dirty South. even though it feels like this is a one-sided thing, but this was really, really good, really, really good.
It's unfortunate we didn't have a Falcons fan in here because I wanted to troll the fuck out of them. All right, for everybody, from now on, they are the Atlanta Falcons. All right.
Yes. See what you did there. See what you did there.
28-3 lives in the infamy till the day we die.
Romeo,
I just want to thank y'all for having me on, man. It was a great time, dude.
Yeah, it was fun, brother.
I really had fun.
Yeah, man, we enjoyed having you guys because I learned a lot about the NFC South because, the way you guys are able to talk about NFC South, that's the way I can talk about the AFC West. And I follow all the divisions and everything, but it's always great to be able to get the perspective of people, actively, fully watching, 100% in tune and knowing who is second string, who is third string, all that kind of fun stuff. That's the kind of stuff that we want here on THH Sports when we talk about football. So we love having you guys on here. Romeo, tell
no bias. Who wins AFC West this year? No bias.
Probably. I feel like I want to say the Chargers.
That's kind of how I'm leaning to.
Yeah, I feel like because I don't know
that defense is crazy on paper. That defense is
and
crazy
what Kansas City is going to look like without Tyreek. That I think is the biggest question mark for the AFC West, because if they take a step back, then Chargers and Broncos and Raiders can all take that step forward. And to me, that's going to be, and I'm completely removing bias, but it's going to be the most interesting division to watch because every single team has killers on that team at different positions. So it's going to be a fun ball game. They had a nuclear arms race this offseason when it came to adding people like Khalil Mack and just the different defensive pieces, pairing Mack with Crosby. The Chargers grab somebody the Chargers grab Mack. It's just going to be crazy to see.
Mack and Bosa off the edge is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm
RIP your quarterback.
Yeah, and you know what the worst part about having Joey Bosa on the Chargers is that Joey Bosa and I'm older than him, but we went to the same high school. I went to the same high school as both Bosa brothers. Wow. So every time he hits a sack, it upsets me, but it's also I hate the Patriots.
That's my boy.
I hate the Patriots, but I'm really happy whenever James White does something because James White also went to my high school. So it's I'm just it's a weird torn feeling there. But Romeo, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Follow me, True Hill Romeo, on Twitter and Instagram. We're going to try to get a baseball and basketball video here on the sports channel sometime very soon. It's a hectic weekend. On the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, we'll do a SummerSlam watch along and Ric Flair's final match on Sunday watch along. Join us for that. And for the SummerSlam watch along, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes also on UFC 277. Believe that over on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel.
And you guys can catch me on Dark Power covering AEW Dark and NWA Power, and Rampage Wrap Up with Josh, True Draw Josh, covering AEW Rampage every Friday. So guys, for myself, for Top Guy JJ, for True Heel Romeo, for Who Dat Ryan, for Salty different people, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, enjoy watching sports. I got to come up with a good sign off.
Like this video.